Hello and welcome to a massive episode of Gaming Garnish. It's our 3-year anniversary today. We've got some games, we've got some news, we've got a Q&A from our community, our lovely, loyal community. Sent us in loads of questions to answer. We'll be weaving it into the news later.
We will.
So we're having like a combined section at the end. So without further ado, I want to move on to what we've been playing because we've got to get this show on the road.
I want to know who we are.
Who's with you?
Yeah.
Who's here?
You'll be introduced in turn. So Brad, you go first.
Oh, what I've been playing. Okay. I've been playing a game that I bet none of you have ever heard of, except Jake, who I've kind of talked to about it before. I've been playing a game called Nobody Wants to Die. Have you?
Is that the one with the bomb that you got to defuse?
No. I think this game's a bit up your street, to be honest, Joe.
Oh yeah.
So it's another sort of walking, talking simulator type thing. There's not that much in the way of sort of
Road 96-esque.
Yeah, okay, maybe a little bit, but not like in the kind of roguelike nature. Just in the fact that you kind of your gameplay is walking, talking, and a bit of interacting with the environment. But what's really interesting is it's set in like a noir cyberpunk city.
Ooh!
So you play as like this noir detective called James, and you're in this sort of like really dark and dingy cyberpunk world, and there's a lot of backstory that is for your character, who you find out sort of like as the story goes. But you're kind of depressed. You're an alcoholic detective.
As any noir detective is.
All the noir tropes, exactly. And you're on this job, and it starts to unravel into this sort of like political conspiracy. Again, very, very sort of
very
like
noir.
Yeah, noir 101. But it's so well realized. Like, I want to just say, like, the world building, it's quite a short game, like maybe 6-7 hours, something like that. But the amount of effort that has gone into the world building is like insane for such a small team as well, because it's a small game, but the world feels so like lived in and realized.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's like, say, it's this cyberpunk world where it's kind of like, an Altered Carbon, where people kind of don't die.
Like they store themselves, don't they?
Yeah. So it's that sort of concept, hence Nobody Wants to Die. And they came up with this technology. It's called like Icarite. And Icarite is kind of like the soul and the mind. And they found ways of like implanting it into people so people can live forever. But it's not been going on for that long. I think the oldest person's like 300. So it's
like 2 generations in.
Yeah, a few generations, but not too recent, but like not, been going on for thousands of years.
It's not the daily norm where everyone can do it.
No, and what's really interesting, which is kind of the twist on it that this has, is because of the way the world is so dark, is the government owns everyone's body past the age, I think, of 21. So up to the age of 21, your body is yours. It's free, if you will. Then after the age of 21, you have to pay a subscription for your body.
Oh, you get a free trial.
Because you don't own it. And there's things like posters around.
Life.
There's like posters around the world that say like, make sure you get your 10K a day, like 10,000 steps, because you don't own your body and we'll take it away, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But you have to keep your body healthy because it's not yours.
That's very Logan's Run, actually.
What's Logan's Run?
I think it's a film from the 70s or 80s where when you reach 21, this mark on your hand turns red, and then you get assassinated by like the government because there's only so much room in this dome. There's like I think apocalypse.
Yeah, that's cool.
So everyone dies before they get old.
It's a similar sort of thing, but in this, it's past the age of 21, you have to pay money to keep your body. Otherwise, it ends up in the bank where it's like stored, and I think other people can, in a way, like use it.
Oh, the people that are like dying.
People have money, and different bodies are worth like more money than like the black market and stuff like that, or the actual market. You know, so rich people get like better bodies, and like poorer people get like crap bodies. Who
weren't taken care of in the 21 years that they had in free trial.
Yeah, but as I say, for like such a definitely a small budget game, like the graphics are really good. I played this on the ROG, and it worked surprisingly well, and I think it's because the gameplay side is pretty lacking, but intentionally. It ran like a, say, solid 30
What's the art style? Like, is it
real,
pixel
like
style or real?
Realistic.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a ultra realistic first person
I was expecting it to be like that other Cyberpunk game you played. Replaced, yeah.
No. This is like real. And it almost looks a bit like, if this was a Bioshock world, I wouldn't be surprised. Because it's a bit like Gatsby-esque as well. You know, again, that goes with the noir style.
Is it first person as well? Or?
Yeah, first person, yeah. And it's really, really well realized. And it kind of made me think, you know, like Batman Arkham Knight?
Yes.
For a second there, and how loads of people still say that's one of the best looking games to date.
Yeah.
But when you really look at it, a lot of like the animations aren't that. The animations of Batman are pretty fluid, but everything's pretty static because it doesn't need to flow. Everything's super high detail, but it's not like necessarily animated or, you know, stuff like.
Because a lot of the time you look at it through your bat vision anyway.
Well, yeah, but it's more just a case that they've kind of cut back on other elements so they can push visuals.
Yeah,
and it's kind of the same with this, where if you really look closely at some of the, like, the cloth might not move particularly realistically, but it doesn't matter because everything looks so nice.
Yeah, and that doesn't take you out of the experience.
No, it doesn't. And
if a person starts moving with less frames of animation,
yeah, and it's things like that. There's not that many people in it, and they've really cut back there. And a lot of the time when you see the people, they're dead, or they're like a virtual representation of a person because you're like looking at it through the lens of what happened. You know, so
it's got like an echo sort of system.
Yes, exactly, like an echo. So they've definitely cut back, and you can see where they've done that, but it works in the world, so you're not really thinking about it. But essentially, like the way the game plays is you rock up to a crime scene, and there's a few different scenes, like crime scenes, as you're sort of piecing together this sort of wider mystery. And you'll get there, you'll find out sort of what's happened, and you'll almost rewind time, if that makes sense. So as you get to the investigation site, you pull out your special cyberpunk device and you like program in, and then you sort of like rewind time to see what happened. And it's really cool, like the effects it does. So the first one's like a guy hanging from a tree and it's all on fire, it's all been burnt. So as you rewind time, he starts like swinging in reverse on the tree. And it all blows up, but it's like blowing up in reverse, and you can sort of move forward and backwards and walk around the scene as you're sort of like playing it, a little bit like the brain dances.
I was going to say, it sounds very like the brain dance investigations,
but you are controlling it. Like, you can move in forward and backwards, but you can also walk around
it actually sounds very similar to Arkham as well.
Yeah, I can't remember that in Arkham.
Yeah, there was like an investigation where I'm sure you could walk around, and it only happened a couple of times.
But where it definitely lacks is kind of each investigation is very linear. So you do a bit, you rewind, you find the bit that you're looking for, you'll then get out your UV lamp or something, you'll then follow a trail of blood that'll lead you to somewhere else, then you'll get your X-ray gun out, and you'll look through the walls, and you'll like look through the walls for like wiring that'll take you to a generator, and then you'll go back to your reconstructor, which is the rewindy time thing, and then you'll rewind time a bit more, and it's all very, very linear. You have to do this to do that, to do this to do that.
I suppose there's only so many things you can do with it, isn't there? There's only
I think they could have maybe done it. They could have maybe done it so it was a bit more freeform. So you as your player have a bit more agency in what you're doing, but because it is so sort of like it pushes you down this route whilst you're speaking to your detective friend on the earpiece, and you're sort of like answering sort of like, because you've got like speech options, so you're going through all that, so you can choose what to say, you can choose your speech options, but other than that, it is a very.
Is there any like emotional facial reading you have to do, like in L.A. Noire?
No. You don't there's only a couple of characters you interact with.
Oh, right, okay.
Who are alive. So, as I say, it is very linear. However, there are certain choices you can make that kind of lead to one of two endings. Now, I definitely picked the wrong way.
Oh.
Because I had to Google kind of what happened. The overarching mystery is like who the murderer was. And I definitely went down the wrong route, and I was thinking the wrong thing, and I was picking the wrong options. And that really pushed me down this route, which gave me like the bad ending.
When you saw the right ending, could you see how early you'd made the mistake?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
But the game made a lot more sense if you'd picked the right choices to get down the right ending. And it was a lot more clever, I think, by doing that. But because I kind of went the wrong way without really knowing.
After
the
too
ending
many
fell a bit
decisions,
flat.
it's like hard to get back on the correct path, is it?
I think it's pretty much impossible.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. But it was still like really good. I think the story, I think the gameplay is definitely what's lacking the most because you don't have a lot of choice. I think if you ever went into playing this, which I recommend you do, I especially think Yugioh, because I think it would be really up your street. Look at it more of like an interactive noir detective movie. And hopefully you'll come to the right conclusions early on and you'll go down the right path and you'll get the better ending because that definitely wraps the story up better. But
I'm glad you've not spoiled it because I think I'll give it a go.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I think I got it on Epic Games as like a free thing 1 month. So that's why I played it on the ROG because I had it for free. I don't know what else it's on. I assume everything, but I've not Googled it.
If it's on Epic, it'll probably be on Steam as well, won't it?
It's definitely on Steam. I'm just talking like consoles.
Oh, right.
It
sounds like a game that'd be good for Switch, actually. If it's
it's on everything. It's on PS5. It's on Xbox. It's not on Switch. But to be honest, it might come to Switch too, but it definitely wouldn't run on Switch 1.
Oh, really? Because it looks nice.
It looks very nice. Yeah.
It doesn't have cardboard trees.
I was doing it on. Excuse me. I was running it on like low everything, and it still looked nice.
Wow, cool.
I'd like to see it on high. Some of the environments are really cool, like the massive skyscrapers that go like endlessly into the sky.
Ooh,
and you're like sat on your police hover car and like having a cigarette with like your bottle of whiskey in one hand.
Oh, of course, drink driving. Very noir.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Very, very cool. It's such a cool game. Some parts do let it down, but I think
does it have like intro parts because her legs went straight up to her neck, and I just had to hammer.
You sound exactly like him.
Oh, really?
Exactly like the main character. He never says that exactly, but he says like, he says what you'd
sort
expect
of things,
in a noir detective thing. Cool. There's also a really cool where you're sort of like piecing together, almost like a string board, but it's
like on the wall.
But it's like digital.
Okay.
And it works really well. But the other problem with that, again, it's very linear. If you pick the wrong thing,
gif of Charlie Day in the corner, like explaining it.
That'd be cool. But if you do it wrong, it tells you it's wrong, and you have to redo it.
So the AI in your corkboard knows more than you do.
Yeah, it'll come up with a big cross saying that's wrong. I'm like, okay, so that's what I mean by it being very linear. You can't, can't do it wrong.
I think that tactics game I played, Tactical Breach Wizards did that.
Yeah. Between
missions, you could tie things together, but
that's cool.
It put a cross through stuff if you were wrong.
Yeah. It's that sort of thing. But yeah, very cool. I'd recommend giving it a go. I enjoyed it.
Is that the only game you've been playing?
That's it, yeah.
All right, let's move on to Ben.
I've been playing a couple of things. I will keep it brief because I know we've got a big episode. So the first thing for the people that tuned in, thanks on Wednesday, or was it last Wednesday? I don't know, life merges. I've been playing a game called Fumes, which is one Joe put us onto in our little group. It's a early access Polish-inspired game, and it's like Carmageddon.
You say Joe put us onto it. Joe was like, "Oh, I really want to play this, but I don't have Steam." And you were like, "Screw you, I do.
I'm going to play it."
I was playing it within 10 minutes.
So this looks really good. Tell me how it is.
It's
and then he went one better and he streamed it.
Vigilante 8 was the last real game like this that I got into, and it was sort of PlayStation 1 days. And basically, you are vehicles fighting vehicles. The difference in this one is you basically free roam. There's no menu, and you have to pip your horn to get the scrap guy to pull over to then start making changes to your vehicle. So you then can add a weapon. So each vehicle has a different amount of weapon slots and a different amount of luggage slots because you can deliver packages as well. Haven't really done a lot of that yet, but that helps you unlock things, and you basically do a certain amount of fights before a boss fight, and haven't really narrowed down how to get to new areas. I think if you keep driving in one direction, it just changes.
You'll get there.
Is
it like Mad Maxy?
Yeah, it's very Mad Maxy. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I remember that game Fuel. It seems like about that big.
Fuel.
I mean, it was touted as having one of the biggest maps when it came out.
Yeah, Fuel was like the quad bikey sort of game, wasn't it?
Well, it was quad bikes, buggies, tank track things.
Yeah,
it was like post-apocalypse world. You had to get oil barrels and stuff. Yeah.
So this is that same sort of like open world map with zones, but
with like PS2 graphics.
Yeah, it's very like retro style, isn't it? Well, retro PS2 makes me sick.
Retro now, Brad.
There are some really, really cool boss designs. I fought a ship on wheels, like a giant ship.
Wow.
I think I actually did that in the stream. Ship. Yeah.
Nice.
So there's some really cool designs and stuff. And
I liked the twins that came after. The one had like buzzsaws on the front, and that was cool.
They are really difficult compared to everything because although they're very short range, they do a lot of damage if they get on you.
Yeah.
Not a lot you can do about it. The other game I managed to finally finish Silent Hill F.
Oh, it's been a while.
And as you said, whelmed.
So where did you leave off? So I think maybe we have to do a slight, maybe kind of entire spoilers at this point.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to play it and we'll put a skip on, eh?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Skip to the next
so that
person.
We can just skip to the next person. We'll just talk it out now.
So where did you get up to last time? I want to say you'd gone through the torture scene where she turns into a wolf.
Yes, Mr. Foxgod made you put a brand on your back, replaced your right arm with a wolf arm,
and ripped your face off.
Ripped your face off and put a mask on it.
Lovely.
It was rough.
She's had a hard life. And then
you get like powers.
Yeah, you start to develop more things in the hell side of it. I'll use that.
Yeah, because you're sort of moving between like the sort of Silent Hill zone and the normal zone.
And so, because you move on from using things like a staff, once you start getting this wolf arm, you power up on your back. Your cattle brand is like a symbol that fills up, and then your arm becomes 3 times the size, and you're invincible for a certain amount of time.
Like rage mode.
Yeah, rage mode.
Sounds cool.
This is still Silent Hill, by the way.
And it, overall, it's okay. The combat, meh, is a bit meh, because there's only so many thunks you can do with a lead pipe.
It kind of improves a bit when you've got the arm, when you've got the big arm, but it still never becomes like you're not comboing. You know what I mean?
It did do well for me in the survival horror-esque side of it. I did end up with a load of health that I didn't really need, but I think that was down to being a bit better at it, picking it up quite quick.
I had a lot.
But it did make me wonder, do I take that alley of really weird mannequin dolls with knives on? I get to the end of it and go, I'll go round.
See, I pretty much found I was just killing everything.
Yeah, I ended up
because I had so many health.
I came across.
Yeah, it never felt like I had to avoid things. At first it did, but then towards the end I felt pretty comfortable with it. Like I could easily just take everything out.
I was all fine with it, and I was relatively enjoying it until the game ended.
Okay.
As soon as the game ended, I hated it. Hated it with a passion.
You just didn't like the ending?
I got the bad ending, which obviously you get the bad ending first time because you want to know the really specific pick up a leaf at third junction type rules of why you're getting another ending. You aren't to know, you're playing it through. And
so the ending's kind of like all the way through the game. Well, from the beginning of the game, you're getting health items, but the first health item you get is a red pill. And then you're getting loads of red. Is it red pills or white pills? It's pills.
They're like capsules, yeah.
Yeah, and you're eating them, and it turns out by the end you'd kind of like gone insane. Yeah, because you'd eaten too many of these pills or something like that, and then you end up like.
Is it like a player choice to eat these, or is it like just do it?
It is, yeah.
There's underlying stories. So as we said, people have skipped on now if people want to know what it is. So basically, you are in the middle of a forced marriage. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of a forced marriage. Your parents are selling you off, basically.
Oh, damn.
Now, the Fox God in the Hell world, he is the rich, has everything, can give you a good life, but you're being sold to him, husband. And in the normal world, who she describes as her partner all the time, is a school friend that they've kind of have a bit of a thing. Mm-hmm. However, even on that side, his father is a doctor and he is supplying you the pills all the time. So you go into a medicated rage on your wedding day and kill both your parents and beat the rest with a pipe. Yeah.
So you don't see that, but it kind of, it's like just the last cutscene is like a wedding.
Flashing cop lights and a talk over a radio is how you found out what's happened.
Yeah. So that's the trauma. Because everything else is a trauma.
That's the end. That's the end.
And it is a bit like, oh.
But that was it. I know that sounds terrible because it's not. But
it sounds terrible.
that was it.
I think. So have you looked at the other endings?
Yes, I Googled them because I wanted to not go through that again.
That's the problem. I think you have to finish it 4 times to get all the endings, which is a
fifth one is the UFO one, which is always in.
A silly one, yeah. But I believe the game does change little bits throughout the game as you get into different endings.
A lot of the changes are don't take the pills.
Yeah.
There's an ending for you make friends with your worse half, the wolf half of you, and you sort of become peace with yourself. And that's supposed to be a better ending.
But you end up getting different boss battles as well.
Yeah.
So the final boss battle changes every time for each ending.
The main boss for the last fight for the bad ending was a large version of you with a wolf arm and no face in a wedding dress.
Yes. That's kind of how it ties into the wedding thing.
That's
sounds
how
like
it is.
Dark Souls boss.
There was just so many unanswered questions. A lot of the things felt like they didn't relate to the story once it ended. Like the utter bitch pushing you down the stairs. She was, but silly things like that.
Yeah, I think that was just supposed to be teenagers. She fancied the boy who preferred you, and she was just jealous. But
it didn't reign true, and it made out all the way through. For me, was that she committed suicide.
Yes, that's
it made out all the way through the whole story that's what happened, and in the end, it just turned out she went club happy. Like I know I'm not disappointed that she didn't commit suicide. I mean, more like it's just,
I know what you're saying. It didn't go the way you expected.
Yeah. You mean club like the weapon or club like the location?
I mean like the weapon.
Okay.
I think it's just one of those where when you do get all the endings, and if you've read all the notes, because you get different notes as well on the different places. Yeah. So I watched the endings and explanations, and it does all make sense. But the fact that you have to play it 4 or 5 times, whatever, is a bit much, I think, because the game.
It's not often I say it, Brad, but you were hit the nail on the head. Yeah. I was whelmed.
I just felt like because the gameplay wasn't great, I couldn't go through that 4 more times.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
I think it looks pretty as a blood gory body horror style thing can be, but it looks pretty. There's things are good about it. It's a nice game in general, but it is definitely not going to break the ground in story, I'm afraid.
No,
and that, unfortunately, is why I play Silent Hills.
Me too. And I think I definitely enjoyed it, but I definitely didn't understand the hype that some people had behind it. Like Silent Hill 2, I thought the remake was better.
Yeah.
Quite a lot better, but maybe that's just me.
Right. Yeah. So it's a plus for the survival elements, a mate on the story and not great on gameplay.
The story is good. It's just the ending. If it didn't resonate with Ben, I thought it was okay, but it's just then the fact that you do have to play it loads more times.
Did you get the same ending as Ben the first time?
I think you kind of.
I think you can only get that.
Right.
Yeah, I think you can only get. There's no indication to tell you not to take the pills, which is the key point in most things.
Yeah,
but it's.
I wonder if you knew. Like, if you'd already finished the game once and you knew what to, like, on a different console.
Somebody just at the beginning says, it's not the Matrix.
Yeah. But let's say you played on someone else's console, so it was their first time playing it and you knew not to take the pills. I wonder what would happen, but cool.
Yeah. That was me. Anyway, if you are interested in seeing some of the gameplay from Fumes, as I said, we streamed it. It sits up on YouTube. Go knock yourself out. It is a great game. That's me.
Nice. Jake, how about you?
So I've been playing a lot of the backlog game recently, but I was going to talk about that next time. Yeah. Same. I'm also playing another game, but it's going to be a long chat, and I think I'll save that for another time. So I will just say, I've been really getting into Yugioh again, guys.
Oh yeah,
I'm addicted to making decks for some reason. I just keep whipping out all the cards.
We did have a sort of Yu-Gi-Oh night, didn't we?
We did.
I'm involved in all of these what we're playing, by the way, so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was fun. We've been doing like sweaty nights, haven't we? So like the few of us who have taken it seriously.
Yeah,
and build
we keep building serious decks.
Kept it real and not worn deodorant the whole time.
Yeah, really,
proper sweat.
It is.
But to bring because it's a lot. I finished those like sweaty nights when my head is pounded.
Yeah,
thinking about
a lot of reading,
a
lot of thinking.
Yeah. So we're deciding to do some more random nights and maybe more like casual decks. So I've just been building some casual decks, and it's just really fun. I
think it's that moment that I mentioned with racing. I think I said it to you at work, Jake. I find if you're racing the S-Class cars all the time, it's not fun. When you go down to your Fiesta race and it's suddenly fun again.
Yeah,
it's feeling fast when you race the fast ones all the time.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Definitely. So that's it for me. I just wanted to
really fast.
I just wanted to express my love for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, now I feel guilty.
So I'll jump on the back of your card game night, because yesterday I went down to my mate's house in Chester and we had a proper board game day. So I got there at like lunchtime. And we played this game called Botany. It's like a massive like box set board game.
Okay.
Where there's up to 6 players and you all get an estate and you got to go like to different spaces on the world map and like get a plant and put it in your inventory, and you get 3 spaces and you bring them all back and see how much money you can accrue. And like at the end of the game, it's like the person who's got the most money, most reputation in their estate, and like most items like gets bonus points to win. The game went on for 4 hours. It was so long. We were like, can we just stop now so we can eat? No, we're so close to the end of the game, because the game ends when the first person gets 12 reputation.
Okay.
And we were all at like 1 to 4 reputation for the first 2 hours of the game. But the first person to get past that, it like kind of starts snowballing. So after you get 4 reputation, your estate earnings go up. Like, so whenever you go home, you get more money.
Okay.
And the more plants you have, the more reputation you get. So you get more money and more money and more money. You can buy more stuff on the board. So it's like, when one person owns like 10 properties in Monopoly, the game finishes like a lot.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It's kind of like that.
But, so is it where because you said the game ends when the first person gets 12 rep? Do they automatically win though?
No, it's not like a golden snitch situation. So that the person with the most rep can actually lose.
Yeah, because they've not made enough money.
They get a point for getting the reputation first, but it's just 1 point. But your plants can be worth 6 points each.
So it kind of reminds me of like Game of Life, if you've ever played that.
Yeah.
Where the same sort of thing can end with loads of money, but then you've got all these bonus cards that only come into play.
Yeah.
Like at the end.
Or like Mario Party, where you can have like 2 stars, but someone else has won more games or spent more coins or used more like candies than you or something. And they get 3 stars just for participating. And it's like, but I tried so hard the whole time. I was winning right up to the end.
It kind of annoys me when games do that. I'm not.
That's why they're party games. They're not competitive.
Yeah. But it's nothing more frustrating than think you're winning, and then
like even the person who's done the worst the whole time gets a star. Like in Mario Party.
I think they do.
Yeah, like underdog star or something like that. But yeah, then after that we played something called what's it called? It's like in space and you do missions. It'll come back to me. But similar sort of game to Botany, but not nearly as long. So you all on each of your goes, you pick a contract, and then you offer out the contract to all the other players. And if they have the cards that can help you with that, they join in, and then you get to pick like what divvies it out. But everyone's got secret objectives that they don't tell anyone else.
Ooh,
so like someone's might be to sabotage the mission. So if they're like really eager and like trying to negotiate a low price with you, it's like, well, that's very suspicious that you don't want to get anything from this mission and you just want to join in. So you have to kind of negotiate cleverly. And most of the game is like the social aspect of it. kind of like a werewolf type thing. But
I was going to say it reminds me a lot of Werewolf. Which for anyone who doesn't know, that's what the TV show Traitors is based on.
Yeah, I played Werewolf,
which is great. Yeah, so that's what it reminded me of. I've always wanted to play that.
Yeah,
is it a one-word board game?
Yeah,
is it called Transgalactica?
No, it's
or
not
Eclipse.
No, it's not called that.
No, I'm just
all of these.
You have to play all these now. Next board game.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and find them. But yeah, on the video game side, the only thing I've been playing lately is Pokemon when I've been at the gym because I've just not had that much time.
You're still doing that. Nice.
I finished the Elite Four on the Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah.
Well, it's just Soul Silver. I'll read out my team. Actually, it took me 51 hours to get there.
Damn, well,
Jeez, all at the gym.
Yeah. Mostly
doing the gyms at the gym.
You're fitter than you've ever been.
Yeah. So my team is not very conventional. I had a Steelix,
nice,
a Heracross,
cool.
Girafarig,
cool,
a Delibird,
nice,
a Feraligatr, and a Pupitar, which I was hoping would evolve in the last battle, but it died. It got taken out by Lance's Dragonite.
You just wanted it in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I wanted it to like beat the last Pokemon and get to level 55 and evolve.
Is that Tyranitar?
Yeah.
Nice.
But you've still got 8 more gyms to go.
I've still got 8 more gyms, but they're all...
Oh, God, yeah.
They're all in Kanto, aren't they? So
it will evolve.
Yeah.
It will evolve.
And then I've got the Mount Silver Red battle.
Oh, yeah. I think you can even do the Elite Four again, and they're a bit more...
Oh, that's good, because I'll need to get to level 80 odd for Ash's Pikachu. Or Red's Pikachu.
Nice.
I wanted to do it with like a less conventional team. Like I did keep my starter, which I don't normally do, but I didn't use any like overpowered Pokemon. I could have used an Espeon instead of...
Yeah, but Tyranitar, if you had him, is these like, what's it called? The pseudo legendary.
Yeah, but you shouldn't technically be able to get him until Mount Silver anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
So, but I did a little trading thing with myself. So
I like trading in some guys at the start.
Larvitar.
Yeah.
Cool. But I got the Larvitar level 5, so I did a lot of training on that guy.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, that's my almost month in gaming because I've not done much gaming other than that.
I really want to know what that space game was. If you do remember,
it's just going to blurt it out in the middle of.
There was a big enough gap to me into it there.
Yeah.
But yeah, shall we move on to not the news because it's been interwoven.
Yes.
With our Q&A. I'm going to do the socials right now.
Nice.
So anyone that's found us knows where to find us already. But if you could recommend us to a friend, look on any other social medias and share those with people you know. Find us on Discord. We're on Facebook, Reddit, Instagram, Blue Sky, X. Do we still post on X?
Yeah.
We post on all the little share icons you see on the bottom. Something we posted it pretty much on all of those. Maybe not LinkedIn.
No, definitely, as you say, like try and share it. You know, if you've got anyone that you know is into games, just say, listen to these guys.
Even just a like and a comment
and a subscribe.
Like a comment.
That's what I want nowadays.
Yeah.
But mainly join Discord because that's where we're the most active. That's where we get our Q&A questions from.
Definitely.
You can help us with our YouTube push. Every Wednesday, Ben does a stream of a retro game or the game we're currently playing in the backlog, and we have our episodes up there in video.
We do.
Yeah. Without further ado, let's carry on to...
It's the news.
So there's no more smiling at all, clearly. This is where the world is ending.
So I'm going to warn you. I'm going to warn you.
Just put the funeral march on.
Hold your puppies and kittens close.
I was going to say, invoke the puppy.
Gaming is dead.
Because
Jesus.
Hit him hard from the beginning.
Yeah.
We just called Garnish now.
Yeah. Rip off that Band-Aid.
We're just going to start talking about food from now on.
Yeah.
No, don't, because that'll set Joe off about his McDonald's.
We're not bringing that up again.
So Joe sort of said there's a few questions we've had that are about relevant news items. So we're going to save those news items for the Q&A section.
Yeah.
So we're just going to cover everything that sort of hasn't been questioned now.
I mean, we've looked a bit ahead at the questions, and specifically it's the Sony news. So if you're looking for that, it's in the Q&A.
It is. And we'll try and tackle it like first.
Yeah. But I suppose we'll start, honestly, guys, it's all bad. So
all bad. It's all
we've
bad.
had what we're playing, good news, shit. Q&A is going to be good. So shit sandwich, as they say.
On a high note.
The
bread.
Right. Okay.
With the garnish on top of the bread, Joe.
Yeah. Steam Deck prices and pre-orders have now gone live.
No, they've not. The Steam Machine prices.
Sorry. I've written down Deck as well. I've written down Deck. The Steam Machine prices and pre-orders.
So not only is it terrible, it's going to be poorly delivered. You're all welcome.
So I've got the UK prices here. So for a 512 gigabyte model with no controller, bear in mind, it's going to be £879.
Oh,
okay.
With a controller, £939.
Jeez,
that is slightly some money off the controller, isn't it?
A little bit.
Because they're like £89.
85, isn't it?
You are getting a bundle.
Yeah.
Then for the 2 terabyte model of the Steam Machine, no controller, £1,149.
Oh.
And then if you want that with a controller, it's £1,208.
Might as well go and buy a puppy.
That is expensive.
That's cheaper.
So Joe, you, not these days, not Jesus. Joe, you were the most interested, I think, out of all of us in the Steam Machine.
Yeah.
Have these prices put you off?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes. I think you said 800 was the max you would spend.
And that would be for the terabyte model as well.
Yeah.
That would be the big
I was
end,
thinking the 512 or whatever it was would have been like 650, something like that.
Yeah.
But no, it's too much.
It is.
And there's a massive wave of YouTubers basically showing you how to build one for cheaper.
Yeah. Well,
like
I think
gaming PCs with Steam OS.
I have seen a lot of people saying, like, when you do the sums on the specs of the Steam Deck and you build your own, you are kind of getting to a similar amount when you factor in that Valve obviously want to make some profit. You're not a million miles off it. And then you factor in the fact that it's in a small form factor.
Yeah.
People are kind of saying it's not like actually that obscene. Valve haven't just said, let's put 50% profit on this because we can. It's definitely a product of the AI boom and prices being expensive.
It's interesting what you say about small form factor there, though, Brad, because when you build your own PC, you can like hide the components in separate areas of like a piece of furniture, so it's like invisible anyway.
You can, but I don't think the Steam Machine is directed at people who actually know how to build a PC.
No, I do
get
what
I mean?
Yeah.
So the small form factor is for someone who's maybe coming from a console.
Yeah,
and they're like, I want something that goes into the TV that's small. That's
it's the couch game.
Looks nice. Looks nice. But because it is so much more expensive than the console, which comparatively has a similar performance, I don't see anyone making that jump. And if you're already in the PC ecosystem, then you either already have a PC or you know how to build one.
Yeah, even so, no one's buying this over a Switch.
Yeah.
Nobody.
What are you saying, Jake?
It's less powerful than the base PS5, isn't it? So
it is. I mean, I saw a video, I think it was Linus Tech Tips, and he was playing Forza Horizon 6 in there, and it was really choppy. Now, I can play that on my ROG Ally and get a decent frame rate, and it plays smooth and look better than what he was showing, and that's on a comparatively priced device that's also a handheld.
Yeah.
But it's also not running through Steam. Yours is running natively, isn't it, on the ROG Ally X, like Forza?
Yeah.
It runs through like the Xbox software. Whereas the Steam Machine is running through like a Steam compatibility layer, isn't it?
No, because you can get Forza on Steam.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. So there's no difference there necessarily. In fact, Steam OS is well optimized, so it should run probably better on his system. And there is also the fact that he was playing it on a screen, so it's bigger. He's probably put it on 1080p. I can't remember what resolution I was putting it on.
If you blow up the ROG, it might not.
Yeah,
look as good,
but still, this is
it's
nearly
unfortunate
£1,000
because I think the thing that it should have been pitched for is the guys like me and Joe that would want. That I was in the same boat as Joe at some point. That want to play these silly little indie games that come to Steam only.
But you already have a PC for that, so I don't know why.
That's why I moved, though. That's why I moved over.
True.
And unfortunately, it just prices us out because I don't need it to run Forza. I need it to run this, but that's too much money.
Too much money for an indie machine, 100%.
Yeah.
Once the prices dropped for this, I was thinking, wow, I really should have got a ROG Ally Xbox.
Yeah, I don't think they've gone up yet.
No,
well,
they will.
So they will, but you could still get one.
Yeah. Are they not still sold out everywhere?
I think they're a bit easier to get. I know someone who got one not too long ago.
Oh, right, okay.
So you probably still could. But
speaking of an indie machine, I did use a lot of old tech and built it quite cheaply, and recently installed Bazite on something that it shouldn't be, and works as a living room console.
Well, this is the thing. If you are just using it for like for an indie machine, you can buy or you can build a significantly cheaper PC at that point. So it's almost like this weird crossroads between like middle ground PC and weak PC that Steam machine's kind of fitting in, and it's
kind
of
not going to be used for gaming as well. It's not going to be people aren't going to be using it for productivity if it's in a living room.
You could,
the option is there, but you're not going to if you're sat in the living room with your family with that on the TV, but doing your spreadsheets.
No, they did say they were aiming for a much cheaper, well, not much, but maybe 30% cheaper price. But obviously,
I think it's basically they asked them, was it cheaper at some point, and they said, yeah, it was probably about. As like the increase for the Steam Deck, we were basically saying that's how much they've increased it. Yeah, so about as you 30%. Said, about 30%. Yeah. So it would have been significantly cheaper.
Yeah,
and
it absolutely would have worked. Unfortunately,
it's just come at the wrong time. Really bad time.
I would rather they postponed it for a couple of more years.
But I don't think a couple more years is enough.
Really?
This RAM shortage, I can't remember the company who builds all the RAM, but they've locked in like a 5-year price for RAM. Something ridiculous because of the AI.
And even then, in 3 years' time, 3 years' time, the technology is going to be even worse.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
be on DDR6.
Can't even wait. I mean, that's why they're suspected to bring out next gen either next year or the year after, because the longer you wait, the worse your hardware gets.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
so. Why not just release it now and hopefully it comes down in price later?
The Steam machine,
that's not going to happen.
No,
or go up in price. Yeah. That's the PS5 and Xbox have.
It's been announced at the wrong time. It couldn't have waited any longer. I get that, but a year ago, I think would have been perfect.
God, it would have been like, especially with some of the later news that we're going to talk about, it would have been absolutely perfect for a lot of people jumping ship, wouldn't it?
It would, 100%.
What a shame. But
what a shame.
You don't hate AI enough, as we say. Anyway, maybe not quite as bad news, but GTA 6 did get its pre-orders go live with a price.
Yes.
I was right. £70.
Yeah, it's... Well, is it £70?
For the base.
Yes.
So if you want to play it all, is £100.
Yeah.
It's got to come out at two prices. I think it's £70, $80, and £90 or $100 for the
I want to say £85, but it could be 89.
I'm sure I saw 89. Yeah,
maybe there's definitely an 8 in there.
What are they calling it? The Ultimate Edition?
I think the Deluxe Edition one. But essentially, I mean, games always have Deluxe Editions. Yeah, yes. It's not a surprise. Games of Deluxe Editions, you usually get some tat with them or in-game items.
And skins or something,
Yeah, and that's what this looked like to me at first until you dig a bit deeper.
And it kind of is, but it's also quite crucially not. It's kind of this weird...
They haven't confirmed it properly yet. But on the surface at the minute, when you dig that little bit deeper, it basically sounds like they're going to lock shops into this
certain shops,
edition.
Yeah, so a certain tattoo shop, certain vehicle modification shop, certain hairdressers. They're going to be now it is, as we say, cosmetic stuff. On one side, it's not that bad. However, it's the fact that these actual physical shops aren't going to be there, and are you going to walk up to them and a bouncer's going to push you away and say like VIPs only?
You'll walk up to it and a paywall will appear on the screen.
Step back,
they haven't announced exactly how or shown exactly how this is going to be implemented into the game. Is it going to be one game just doesn't have those shops in it at all? Are they just going to be closed? Or my pure copium is telling me, when you go to like a shop in GTA and there'll be different like makers of, say, like clothes.
Yeah.
And maybe they're different tabs. So it's one shop, but you go into it and you can maybe move across different tabs to find
one's like premium tier clothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And is it going to be maybe like that?
Possibly.
So you go into the same shop, the shops are the same, but you can only buy the brand that is locked behind a paywall if you've paid for it. And it's just a tab on a menu.
See, this whole thing would make sense to me if that was in the online portion of the game.
Yeah.
But this is in the offline game.
Well, crucially, GTA 6 is an offline game. They have said there isn't an online component.
Yet.
So, they've just said there isn't. So people are starting to assume, does that mean GTA Online is a separate SKU? If it's a separate SKU,
and then you buy a
price?
subscription of that, yeah.
Is it a subscription?
Oh, no.
Is it a one-off payment?
At all.
Or is it free to play?
This is us being a bit cynical on it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't confirmed or denied any of this.
No.
Even like the Ultimate Edition, we're looking at it at a cynical viewpoint.
To be fair, they treat Red Dead Online as a separate game.
Yeah.
They treat it as two individual things. GTA 5 was the same. It came out a year later.
No, it came out 2 weeks later.
Oh, was it 2 years? Sorry, I thought it was a year.
But you didn't have to buy a separate game to play it.
No. And also it was broken for like a month. It came out on PC a year later.
That's what I was thinking.
They did eventually split it, I'm pretty sure. So I think GTA Online is
with Red
now
Dead,
separate.
it was the same. Like, you can download that separately now, Red Dead Online.
So maybe they'll just start from that. But going back to the deluxe edition, not only is it cosmetics, there is also some story missions.
Yeah.
That are locked. Now, again, sounds bad. Red Dead 2 did the same thing. And I don't think
it was a very small mission. Yeah.
And that's the thing. People didn't complain too much because it was pretty inconsequential.
You know what people did complain?
Inconsequential.
Inconsequential.
And do you know what people did complain when this came up in a different game?
Yeah.
And we're playing it literally now for the backlog.
Star Wars
Outlaws.
Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah. And we all hated that. So we should hate this just as much.
And we should. All I'm saying is it's not too much of a surprise because Red Dead did it. And actually, it turned out the missions weren't that important anyway. But the wording in this one is it sounds like they're like crucial story missions almost for, what is it, Jason and Lucy?
Yeah, there's some character development you might miss.
Yeah. So until we see exactly what it is, we don't obviously know.
Like they're at a certain time in the story where they're like between two other missions, like does it do the Mass Effect thing where it would assume you choose a certain option in one mission?
I think it'll just be a side quest.
Like forced option.
Yeah.
Forced choice, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be thrown into the main quests. I think it'll be like a side quest.
I'm also thinking that a lot of people that have pre-ordered GTA and weren't aware that it wouldn't have the online component, they've pre-ordered it thinking, oh yeah, I can't wait to get on this game with the boys. And
maybe.
they won't be able to.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I just want to say, off the back of pre-ordering, why are so many people pre-ordering this game? I get the hype because I've got the hype. It's not out till November. You do not need to pre-order it. Just wait. There's going to be gameplay shown at some point. It's going to be clearer with the messaging.
You don't have to pre-order it because to add more controversy to it, there's no physical edition of it.
No, there is a physical box you can buy.
It's just got a
digital code.
And which is like they just stuck over the disc half of the thing. They didn't even do a bespoke case for it to not have
However, I don't know this for a fact. However, every single other GTA game has had a map in the physical edition.
Yes.
So is there a map with this one? Even though it's a digital code, and if there is a map, then people might want to pre-order to guarantee they get the map.
To get the paper folded up map. Which
they never look at again.
Yeah.
But maybe.
But they own it. You stop it right now.
Imagine how much it'll be worth.
When I had Red Dead 2, like the physical one, I put the poster on the wall.
Yeah. And
it's
a nice touch. Yeah. So maybe that's why people want to pre-order that.
Now. So hopefully.
But you don't need to pre-order it on console, on like digital storefronts because they're not going to run out. I keep seeing like people posting GTA sold out. No, they haven't.
Well, actually, if you're buying it in stores, they only get a certain amount of codes that they can sell. Yeah. So they can sell out in stores. They can't sell out on a digital storefront.
No.
Because they're generated the moment you buy them.
Yeah.
No. I've seen some quite silly scalpers buying up like Walmart's code to sell later on. It's like, no, yeah, it's not
how it works.
Yeah, it brings me so much joy knowing that they're buying so many of these copies.
His cart is like over $1,000 or something, or $5,000. It's like, you're not going to be able to resell any of these.
No, the maps.
I've also seen a lot of people doing it with the Steam machine. The Steam machine.
Even though Steam was supposed to have taken steps to stop scalpers getting hold of them.
They did. So I think you had to have like an active Steam account, like Nintendo did it. And then you went into like a draw or something like that to get access to the pre-orders.
But I reckon
people will still do it.
Tried it, but
so there'll be people who didn't want a Steam machine who have just gone into the draw and then, I've got it, I'm going to buy it and resell it.
Sell it for $3,000 or whatever.
No one's buying that.
No
one's buying that.
Hardcore Steam fanatics will buy that just for as like collector's piece. Get put in a glass box and never be used again.
I kind of wish we got a gameplay trailer.
Well, this is what I'm saying about people shouldn't pre-order, because we haven't had anything. Everyone assumed we were going to get a gameplay trailer. We got some screenshots, so just wait. They will do a gameplay trailer before the game comes out.
I want to know how much of this is Rockstar buying into its own hype and resting on its laurels, and how much of it is we actually don't have a gameplay segment yet.
Well, Strauss Zelnick, who's head of Take-Two, has said there's a huge marketing push planned for summer, and we've just kind of got into summer now.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something, but
I mean, the pre-orders have gone off the charts already. So
yeah, I've seen stupid numbers like 39 million pre-orders. I don't know whether it's a true number, but if that was the case, they've already made the money back.
Yeah.
So mad.
I mean, it is exciting that it's coming out.
I'm excited. But they're definitely trying to stop.
I'm a hard no on this. I don't want to support Rockstar in the littlest degree.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the most predatory thing a company's done.
Definitely not.
I definitely could have done worse. They definitely could have said the game is £100.
They could have said from the very beginning they wouldn't have a disc.
Yeah, a lot of games don't these days. I mean, we'll get into that news definitely shortly.
That's coming as well. Let's not.
I don't know if you saw, but Take-Two's stock share price went down when the game wasn't £100.
What?
Jump. Yeah. Shareholders were unhappy that they were only charging 70. So they could have done it worse.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't want to be the guy who's like, oh, it could have been worse, count yourself lucky, but it definitely could have been.
Well, we'll see. We'll hopefully find out more. Hopefully it's not as bad as we're thinking.
Yeah.
But last piece of bad news, and then we'll move on to the Q&A.
Yeah.
With one more piece of bad news. The Xbox prices are increasing again, guys.
We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I know, but at this point, I'm just...
significant one.
Who's going to pay for the capital letters? It had to be increased.
That is true. Now, it's also worth...
I'll give you the prices.
It's quickly worth caveating that the price have gone up, but they've also discontinued the 2 terabyte model.
They have.
Oh, so you can only get a 1 terabyte one now.
I can only think it's because they were like, no one's going to buy this. Too expensive. Yeah. So the effective August 1st, the prices will be updated. Basically, the price of the Xbox consoles will increase by $100 for the 500 gigabyte models and $150 for the 1 terabyte models.
Yeah.
So everything's going up.
Yeah. And that's even like the Series S. The Series S comes in at like a similar price to like the PS5 standard edition now. The PS5 Pro
maybe
is
when
cheaper.
It first came out.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure the PS5 Pro is cheaper than the top end Xbox model.
I think the Series S is about $400 now, which is pretty mental. I think it's even more. Maybe
it's more.
Wait for the kill code sent to kill everything Xbox so that you have to buy another one.
Less processing power than a Switch 2 as well, which is about the same.
To me, so this is all part of the 100-day reset, and we won't go into it because we don't know anything that's confirmed yet.
Yeah, as this has been recorded, as this has been recorded, no announcements of studio closures, but a lot of rumoured. So hopefully we won't cover that next time, but it's looking like...
We're hoping it doesn't happen.
But at this point, this late in the generation, you've just put the Xbox sales down to like the lowest they've ever been anyway. Putting up the prices, who's going to buy one?
No.
Yeah.
No one should buy
even adjusting for inflation, they're way above what they were when they came out.
Yeah.
It's just madness.
Yeah,
absolutely
it's just crazy.
Unfortunately, Jake, you said before that this is the last piece of bad news, but I do actually have another bad piece of news. If you want to move on,
go on.
So we said then about obviously no Xbox studio closures have been announced yet. However, they have started terminating their contracts with partners.
Yes,
for third-party partners, and
the ones that they bought up in the gold rush of the Game Pass.
No. This is some of them are Game Pass deals. I think they're reneging on a few that have already been sort of agreed, but I don't think there's any announcements there. However, and I think this is just a lot of people again putting two and two together. But IO Interactive, obviously Hitman and Bond, are working on a new, I think it's an online RPG game called Project Fantasy is what they're calling it at the moment. And they put a big post out at the same time that it was announced that Xbox are closing partnership deals. IO put a post up saying our third-party publishing agreement has fallen through. So they're still going to continue to make this game. It's their IP, but they're having to unfortunately lay off staff because of it. Now, there isn't any official announcement connecting this to Xbox, but I think everyone's pretty
sure where that's come from.
Xbox have cancelled the agreement.
I don't think we're too far off hitting all the copies of ET on Nintendo getting put in the dumpster. We're not. I don't think we're far from another gaming crash.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I 100%. Yeah.
I don't think it'll ever be as bad as that, because back then there wasn't a huge backlog of games which were readily accessible, whereas now there is. So I don't think it'll ever crash.
It'll prevent a lot of people buying the next console.
I think what will happen,
or devs producing stuff for the next console.
I think what will happen is you'll have a massive boom in Asian markets for developers, because you look at studios like Capcom. By the end of this year, they will have had 4 games come out, and 3 out of those 4 so far have all been of high quality. How are they doing it? Significantly smaller budgets. Games that are just as good quality, but sometimes they sell them a bit less because maybe they're not as long, so games aren't full price. Because Pragmata was £50, but
it's also not down to a slavery thing either, because they're stating how much to give their bonuses and how they look after their staff. So they are doing something right.
It's a big thing in Japan, especially I know with Nintendo anyway. People get jobs at Nintendo, and that is their job for life. And I think it's the same at a lot of studios in Japan. They're well taken care of. It was Nintendo. I can't remember the CEO who took a 50% pay cut. Yeah, okay. He took a 50%
so his staff didn't have to get laid off.
Exactly, and they are obviously doing very well. And a lot of other Japanese
studios. Can you see the head of Ubisoft doing that?
No,
or the head of EA doing that?
Absolutely not. No. But this is the thing. In Japan, they're doing it, and they're making loads of games, really good games. They're coming out regularly. People are buying them. Whereas Western studios are making less games. They're broken. They don't work.
They're taking really long to come out, and they're crunching the whole time.
Yeah. So I think it's not that hard to look at what works and what doesn't. And I think as the Western gaming industry collapses, I think we'll always have the Japanese until the Western builds itself back up again. And then you get studios like Sandfall, who did Clair Obscur, who are going more that almost the Japanese approach of smaller budgets, faster turnaround times.
Be more creative with what you've got.
Yeah, it is clearly possible, but
having a game
Western
where nobody sits
down. Western studios seem incapable of following that.
Because it's just bigger, better, more shareholder, more money, more profit all the time.
More.
So I'm holding my dog right now for comfort.
For comfort,
Gaming apocalypse.
She can tell you're stressed.
But I will quickly say, just before we move on, Xbox have recommitted to exclusives, let's say, quote unquote.
Yeah.
We've got Gears E-Day coming out and Clockwork Revolution.
Yeah. They're the only 2 exclusives right now.
But if everything closes, what else?
What are we going to have?
What are they going to have?
Yeah.
All the teams that Xbox bought to make stuff for them, they're all
What's happening next gen?
But they want to recommit to the exclusives, but they also want to recommit resources to their big franchises like Gears, Halo and Forza. But let's face it, like I love Gears, I love Halo, but are they really it
enough
in this generation?
They ain't them, Chief. They ain't them, Chief.
Not anymore. They're not. They don't have the same cultural like cachet that they used to have.
Like you'd think with a game like when Halo Infinite came out, they'd make a massive splash, but I didn't hear anyone talking about it.
It just didn't.
I will be
just flopped.
Like I bought my Series S for Halo Infinite.
Yeah, same.
Can it run it?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
The Series S isn't as bad as you think, by the way.
It might be vibrating off the table.
When we play games cooperatively, you guys like 5 minutes behind on load times sometimes.
Yeah.
Not usually 5 minutes, but usually the games we're playing cooperatively are like the early access games.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. But
anyway, let's.
But is Gears enough? I'm looking forward to Gears E-Day. I know 100%. Loads of people who are, but is it enough? It's reportedly cost $500 million or something ridiculous in dollars to make. Is it going to make that return? Is there enough people tuning in for Gears of War?
I mean, even Forza wouldn't uphold it because I've been enjoying it, but I've not been getting home thinking, I can't wait to play more Forza Horizon 6.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't think that's a console selling game.
No, I've kind of dropped off it, but Forza is huge. Like
it is
does sell very well.
Anyway.
We'll see.
I'm getting too depressed. Let's get out of the news.
Let's get on to the one bad question, and then we'll get on to the good questions. The question's bad, just the subject matter.
Is it a special segment? It
is a special segment.
No.
So let's do that first.
Special segment.
So we, so it's our 3rd year anniversary, and we always do Q&As, don't we? Like it's just a thing we do every anniversary.
We like doing it.
Good fun. So this year we put the call for questions out. We were looking a bit sketchy for a while. I didn't think we were going to get enough questions, and then everyone turned up last minute.
You know why? Everyone was too busy playing games.
So it's a good thing. It's a good reason.
Waiting to get to the next checkpoint.
Hopefully that was why. But then we ended up actually getting inundated with questions. So we've actually got loads. This is going to be good fun. So let's jump into it with the first question and get the bad news out of the way.
Okay. Yeah. That's yours, isn't it, Brad?
Yes, it is. So this question comes from Bowden96, and it says, what are your thoughts on Sony stopping physical discs? Do you think it will limit competition as Sony could stop third parties from selling physical copies? Could you see a price increase due to the lack of competition? What happens to collector's editions?
I think it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. It's
just get out there. It's horrible. It's like the world is ending. Like this was the nail in this was the name in the nail in the coffin for
there is a silver lining to this dark cloud though. There's been a lot of memes about it.
There has been a lot.
A lot of people that
KFC
don't offer
did
digital, the Domino's digital pizza offering. You can imagine what your pizza will taste like.
Did you see the Russians that climbed the building to get engaged?
Was that actually true?
I've seen
the video of the Russians like with the flag.
I've seen that.
But I assumed someone had like CG'd the PlayStation stuff.
They CG'd the PlayStation stuff onto it. They climbed up there to get engaged, and they got arrested immediately.
Okay.
But hilariously,
I see. I thought. So not too long ago, PlayStation did a blog post, which kind of makes it sting deeper that they just kind of thought they could get away with it with a blog post. And it's saying, due to market trends, we are ceasing the production of physical discs from 2028.
That's right.
January 2028.
For all new games. Now, it's not everything that has been announced now that hasn't come out by then is still going to get a physical disc, I think they've said.
Yes.
I think that's what it said. It's anything sort of that comes out or is announced after
they're working on after 2028.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, when I first read that, I was like, oh, that sucks. All PlayStation first-party games. However, Sony make the discs for every game that's on PlayStation.
Yep.
Yes, because it's Blu-ray discs.
Yes, and Sony own Blu-ray. So, but I think it goes a bit.
Well, Sony Panasonic or Sony Philips, I believe.
Yeah, but Sony make all the discs, so they're just stopping. So first things first, PlayStation 6 is all digital.
Yeah, it's got to be at this point. Did they sell it? If they sold it with a disc drive, it'd literally only be for PS5 games.
Backwards compatibility. And I do think they will sell a disc drive separately. And I do think this is a move.
You know what I think they're going to do?
Yeah.
I think they're going to go, well, luckily for you, we've released this little bit of software for your PS5 to digitize your discs so that they are no longer any good.
Maybe
that is what I think they'll do,
because that's what Xbox,
like what Xbox
I think are doing. Because let's not get this wrong as well. Like, I'm pretty certain Xbox is going to do the same thing.
100%. I'm surprised they didn't announce it first, and I think they're kind of like running around behiund the scenes. Like, have you seen how badly this has gone down? What do we do?
They're already taking the flak.
How did they think it could go well?
I don't like. Do you remember back in the PS4 when that was coming out, and they did the
2014,
whole they did the whole meme themselves, where that little video of them going, "This is how you share games on PS4."
Yeah,
you hand your friend the disc.
Yeah,
this was after Xbox had announced. Yeah,
so Xbox have tried it in the past, and PlayStation have apparently backtracked, because apparently back then they were thinking about doing it themselves.
Yeah.
Do you think the reverse is going to happen?
Yeah, I think it might.
I think from what I've read online, people seem sure that they're not going to reverse the decision.
I don't
For
think
one,
so.
they've already made significant changes to one of the plants that makes the discs.
Oh no!
So staffing changes have already been implemented
I've heard this. Yeah.
I think the reason they've done it now, I think.
Sorry, just before you go on, I think one of the bigger problems is, obviously we've covered it before, about the fact that you don't own your digital game.
Yeah, 100%. Well,
that is the biggest problem about the whole thing.
Last week, PlayStation announced that, what is it, 150 movies?
551.
551 movies, that's way more.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Movies are just getting taken away.
Yeah,
and
it's not even just being removed from the store, so you can't have it anymore. If you just don't have it on your PS5,
just don't have it. You can't download it. It's not yours anymore. You never owned it. You don't own it now,
and you're not getting a refund either.
Yeah.
There's also a clause in the T's and C's for PlayStation that people have just started sort of coming across now. It changed in April. That basically says if your account is inactive for 3 years, 36 months, you'll get a notification with 6 months to log in. If you don't log in, your account and everything that you own is deleted.
Jesus.
I think it literally says it in the T's and C's. Everything
that's linked to an EU directive, actually, with GDPR laws. They can't hold on to your information beyond a certain amount, but all the stuff that you've bought is linked to the information that is your account.
Yeah, but I think with Xboxes, it's the same, but you don't lose everything, and there is a way of reversing it, whereas this says it's irreversible.
And then also, they're just, to be fair to this, I think it's probably about time that they had to do this, but all the PS3 and all the Vita games
have also been
like the store's getting shut down. Now you can still download your games off the store, but now you can't buy games off the store. But at what point are they just going to be like, you can't download them?
Well,
as well?
I think, and we were actually discussing this before we recorded, but I think the PS4 era was like a significant point in sort of like PlayStation digital media, where going forward, I don't think the PS4 store, quote unquote, will ever get shut down. Whereas all the consoles before that were so individual, like the PS1 was so different to the PS2.
Yeah, the security is really
bad
bad as well.
That they could, like the stores are intrinsically different. Whereas the PS4 store is basically the same as the PS5 store, which will be the same as the PS6, 7, etc., because they're kind of just PCs now anyway.
Yeah, it's the PlayStation store.
Yeah. So I think that, yes, anything PS3 and earlier will be very difficult to access, but I think PS4 onwards going to be pretty much.
But to bring it all back to the whole, them going diskless, let's say, all this adds to the fact that, like, so if you buy all your games digitally, and you might not see a problem with this, but to me, they're basically closing the market.
So, well,
like,
okay.
They are going to start selling, apparently they're going to start selling digital codes in store, but it is all on their market. They can price games however they please. At any point, they can take it away from you.
A store person could still...
Yeah, but it's still going through the PlayStation store.
Yeah, if you're going to start seeing...
You're going to start seeing PlayStation games not come down in price like Nintendo games.
No. So if you're saying they're doing digital codes to sell in Argos, Sainsbury's, whatever, they set an RRP, recommended retail price, but then Argos could still put an offer on, and they can still do that. Even though it's a digital store that's redeemed through the PlayStation store, if Argos wanted to make it a loss leader for whatever reason and take a loss on that so that they could get people into store to buy other stuff. They can still do that if it's being sold in
or do
Argos.
their own bundles with a console.
Yeah, they can still do that, but are they going to sell a lot of physical media if it is just a digital code?
I think people are going to buy it.
No, this is the thing.
Yeah.
And eventually, Argos, Sainsbury's, whatever, they'll stop selling them because they're not making them any money. So then it'll go to PlayStation.
I mean, you don't see games in Asda and Tesco and maybe
not
Asda
in the
a
same
little bit, but not in the same
capacity.
capacity. Yeah.
The only ones you really see are Switch games now.
I think it's worth just going back a little bit and sort of thinking about why are they doing this. Now, they've come out and said 80%, I think, of their sales are digital now. And 20% are physical. So if you look at that number, you're like, okay, I can maybe understand
of games.
I still think that is crazy because if I had a store and 1/5 of my customers are coming in and buying something, I would not discontinue it.
Yeah, but you look at it like that. I understand that logic.
Sorry, I'm getting very passionate.
But you're not going to lose 1/5. Theoretically, you're not going to lose 1/5. Maybe 10% you're going to lose. The other 10% who buy discs are going to shift over to digital. But then you're also going to put all the prices up. So the 10% then you've theoretically lost, you're going to gain back in the price increase. And then eventually the 10% you lost are probably going to come back anyway eventually.
But how many customers are you going to lose along the way through bad faith?
I'm just saying this is the thinking. However, the reason I think it's flawed is because that 80% digital figure is incredibly skewed. It's not accurate data.
Yeah.
So it includes games that are only digital, a lot of indie games that are only digital. It includes bundle copies of stuff you buy. And it also, crucially to me, only includes the first sale of the game. If you buy a game secondhand, that doesn't count towards the physical sale.
Yeah. No. Also, free to play games.
Free to play games. So all those games are included in the digital, but all these secondhand games, which I would say the majority of physical games that are purchased are secondhand, because that's usually the cheapest way to buy, from CEX or whatever.
Yeah. And there would be a good way for them to measure that metric where it's been put in a different machine from the first one.
Yeah.
They could track that.
Yeah, easily. They probably could, but they're not tracking that because it's not.
No.
It's not their prerogative to track that because they want to make the data look more like they're correct because they know they can then corner the market.
And put that data across to the shareholders as well.
Yeah.
To be like, look, if we corner these guys, your money's going to go up. Which that is very predatory.
And guess what happened? Share stock for PlayStation went up.
Yeah.
So that is who they're playing to.
But this cornered market also is going to be dynamically priced.
Yeah. I mean, they were testing it out, weren't they?
And it's not. I mean, at first it's dynamically priced discounts, but it's not long before it's dynamically priced to what's the maximum we can get out of this person. Yeah. What's the most they're willing to pay for that game?
Somebody corners the market. They're going to take advantage.
Yeah.
For me, like obviously this is bad, undoubtedly, but I do think there is a way where you can do the digital only future.
Well, as angry as I've got about it, and I always would rather buy physical than buy digital. I still buy games digitally as well.
We do because it's cost effective a lot of the time
and time
it's
effective.
Convenient.
And it was going to happen eventually.
It was.
Unfortunately, now, this is just to me too soon. Way too soon.
I don't even know if it is too soon. I'd push back on that because PCs. When was the last time you bought a PC with a disk drive?
Okay, yeah.
Any media. All PC
I bought
gaming.
Several, thank you.
Or at least...
I specifically went out and bought a disk drive because my Mac didn't come with one.
At least on PC, you have, choice.
So this is the thing. The majority of PC gaming is done digitally. Ridiculous majority. Not only that, the majority is also then done on Steam. There's a lot of people who will not use other launchers because they hate them. They will exclusively buy stuff on Steam, but it is their choice at the end of the day. And because it's their choice, because there's other platforms, Steam becomes so good because there's competition basically.
And it doesn't exploit its customers.
It means they have to make their interface good. It means they have to do good deals to make sure, obviously, people come
Everybody loves the summer sale.
Yeah. But Steam does still implement DRM. When you buy a game off Steam, some games, you do pretty much own the executable. but the majority of games have got some sort of DRM on there.
Go and buy off GOG now.
Yeah,
GOG is the only platform that is DRM free, where you do buy a digital game and you do own it. So for me, if Sony really want to do this digital only future, fine. I don't think it's too early. I get that upsets people. I don't think it's necessarily too early, but you need to implement it.
It is.
But you have to. That's fine. I don't think it is, because you look at PC and, but there is a way to implement it better where you remove the DRM, you allow it so you can trade games, or you maybe even trade them in digitally, and you get a PlayStation voucher to put towards another game.
If there was some kind of plan that they'd announced alongside with it, maybe it would have gone down a bit better.
Like the game card swapping on a Switch.
Yeah, it's literally just no physical media after 2028.
The refund policy on PlayStation's awful. You know what I mean?
If you have a minute of game, you're done. That's even enough to read the terms and conditions.
If all of this stuff was implemented,
the
pushback wouldn't be as bad. And I think a lot of people would kind of be like, yes, it's annoying. Yes, we like physical media, but I can understand it more.
Yeah,
but because they've not done that, that's where I push back.
To me, it's going to kind of so let's say PS6 comes out in the next 2 years. You have this choice of where to go. You're kind of limited. If you buy a PlayStation, you're locked in then forever.
You can only get the PS Store. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they do some sort of Steam integration, it's over.
They're not doing that. I mean, Xbox have talked about doing that. I don't see that happening now.
I think they might reverse it, yeah.
I think they'll reverse that.
I mean, PCs are expensive now, but a lot of people that I've seen online are like, well, I'll just go to PC.
Yeah.
In the long run, you're probably saving a lot of money.
I went earlier.
Yeah.
But
I get it.
I don't know.
But I did.
It's part of gaming. Physical games.
The only reason people game on consoles is because it was offline.
But I have to point out the irony of people saying, no, I'm not going to get the PS6 because it's digital only. I'm going to go to PC.
Yeah, but as I said,
digital only. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but
it's more open.
You feel safer with it.
It's more open, but then you get on PC and everyone says buy your games on Steam. So then most people again.
But also Steam are like, you've just had your summer sale where you can get
Player Obscura for £10 or something.
Yeah,
and also it's a massive backlog of games.
If PlayStation lock the store, they basically lock you in. It's almost like you're jailed in the store, and they can charge you whatever they want.
Yeah, how long before every first party title is £100?
I wonder whether consumer rights will interject to that.
Well, they've been sued or people have tried to sue them for having.
I think they have successfully sued as well.
Yeah.
In some cases.
Anyway,
there is another component of this no physical discs thing. Is Sony and Sony Philips or Sony Panasonic, whichever one it is, own Blu-ray production. Yeah. What happens to films? Do they go down in production as well?
Well, this is the first and only so far media that has gone digital only. Like music, a lot of people just listen to on Spotify, but you can still buy discs, vinyls, all that.
CDs aren't made by.
No, I'm just saying.
But all Blu-ray films that come out, are you going to have to go back to DVD?
It's kind of a good example too. CDs are still going. I reckon the percentage on them is even worse.
Yeah. Well, some people started buying vinyl again. Anyway, and they're on a ridiculous markup, but people are buying them. I do
apologise to Bowden96, but I don't know if we answered his question.
Set us off.
We just
I think we have
ranted.
His first question was, "What are your thoughts?"
Well, there you go.
There you go. Thoughts.
It's not good.
Job done.
He then does go on to say things about, do you think the price will go up due to lack of competition? We have said that. His final point was, what happens to collector's editions? Now, I don't think they'll go away. Because there are even collector's editions that come out now. There are collector's editions that come out now that don't have the game in them. 100%. Some of them don't even have the code in them. I think it was the Borderlands one. It was like games sold separately.
Yeah, it was. It had a big loot crate.
Yeah, stupid. So collector's editions, I don't think are going anywhere.
Yeah,
that's our thoughts on the rest of them. The other questions will be quicker.
Yes,
that one tied into the news.
That one was definitely.
That was just making us all cross.
Yeah.
Who's going next?
Who wants to go next?
I think, Jake, you should go next with one of yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But by the way, we've divvied all these questions up to.
Let's just wind on down. Back to the niceness of gaming.
Yes.
It's not all doom and gloom. So I have to preface this question with, when we're asking for questions, I jokingly said that we feed on the questions. We need the questions.
Yes. They energize us, as you've seen. Heard.
They definitely do. So Nadia92 asks, what do questions taste like?
It depends who's asking.
Well, for me, unfortunately, Bowden's question then tasted like pure hatred.
It's quite bitter.
Your shit.
A question I have the answer to is a nice Sunday roast.
I like to think that the person who has asked the question has brushed their teeth, and then as they've asked the question, it tasted like mint.
Minty fresh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So spearmint.
Sorry, Bowden.
Sorry, Bowden, you taste like shit.
He's saying he doesn't brush his teeth.
Yes, nice. I like the roast dinner. It's like a nice Sunday roast.
Okay.
For some reason.
It fills us up greatly. And gives us the meat sweats afterwards.
Yeah. So some questions give me gout. Too rich.
Did we give you gas?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, farting out question marks.
That's a questionable sound I just made.
Yeah. Also, she asks, what would you class is gaming garnish? Is it something that is added to a game as a little something extra that makes it special?
Yes, because that is us.
Yeah, I think the idea of the name, for one, it was alliteration, and then we've tried to come up with a explanation that works. But what we've always said is we're like a side dish to gaming. So you're playing your game while you're listening to our podcast. We are the garnish.
We are the garnish.
So it's anything that's complementary to your gaming experience. It could be Doritos, Mountain Dew.
We are the
They
Doritos.
are the gaming garnish. We are the crisp
Cheetos.
Dust.
Yeah, whatever you wipe on your jeans leg.
The chilly heat wave.
Yes. That is what a gaming garnish is.
Ben's Scrunchy Sweets, they're his gaming garnish.
Oh, yes.
We're more.
Only got one left, it's my one.
Nice.
I hope we're more mint than shit.
Yeah. We hope to leave a good taste in your mouth.
Is that how everything's weighed nowadays?
Yeah.
It's either mint.
Mint choc chip can go one of two ways.
Mint choc shit.
That was good.
All right. Nice questions. Thank you very much.
Nice questions.
I think we've answered those.
We've lightened the mood. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go next. Dirkno Pixky says, question for the Q&A. Of all the games you've ever played, what was one that you wish you completed but never did? Mine is Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Got to a bit where I didn't have enough sand to reverse time, so I was too low on energy and I couldn't defeat the enemies I was facing, so I gave up.
I've got an answer for this. I've got two. Quick. Subnautica 1. Really, really loved my time with Subnautica 1. I got to the point where I built the submarine, so I was like, I'd say that's reasonably far. But my next objective was to plummet to a depth I hadn't been to.
Oh, with the Leviathans.
I was too scared.
Oh,
too scared.
no.
I literally was petering over the edge of this chasm, looking down in my mech suit. I just could not do it. I froze.
Nope.
So that was
uninstall.
Yeah. I've never gone back to it. And I do just want to say, because the Prince of Persia thing inspired me, I seem to remember, and I could be completely off base with this, but I seem to remember Prince of Persia 2 Thrones, the like edgy one.
Yeah.
The spiky whip.
The whip swords.
Yeah.
I want to say I got to like the last boss of that, but I hadn't been collecting any like health upgrades or something like that. And I had too little health. I just could not do it. And I gave that up. But I could be wrong, but I'm sure that's what happened. Yeah.
I think Sands of Time would be up there for me because I never finished that when I was younger.
I don't think we owned it. So
we definitely did. I
don't think we owned Sands of Time.
I definitely played it.
I think the only one I had was Warrior. It was.
I might have played it at a friend's house.
Thrones or Warrior Within.
That was the third one, I think.
I think it was Warrior Within. I had where you had like the chain, spiky chain on your arm.
And like half of you could go like black and flamey.
Yeah. Yes, that was the one I had.
That's the one you remember the most.
Yeah, it was. I think Godsmack was on the soundtrack.
I think my answer is quite recent actually, and it's Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I think it's because it'd only been a year since I'd finished Breath of the Wild, and it just felt like the same game. And that game was already massive. So I thought, I don't have the resources to put into this other massive game, which feels very similar to one I've just done.
Yeah.
I would like to experience like the story of it, but just not have to do all the wandering around.
I think you should do it on the Switch too, because it'll run better, won't it?
It wasn't that it ran badly at all. It ran perfectly fine. It was just the resource being my time and attention, not the game.
I definitely get it, because there are a lot of differences in it. Like, well, the mechanics are quite a bit different. Well, I say that. The general,
you do still have your 4 powers on your D-pad.
Yeah,
the general breakable weapons, and there's still a long trek to go. And I don't think you have your motorbike horse on this one straight away.
No, but you can build a motorbike.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Getting my head around the whole building aspect of it was like, this is too much of a mechanic for a Zelda game.
Definitely. Yeah,
this is Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts.
I really enjoyed Tears of the Kingdom, but the worst part of that game was building something, going about 10 foot down the road, it just not working. You spend like half an hour building it, it just explodes, and then you
lost your resources.
I could have walked.
Yeah.
I could have
walked. Zonai batteries.
Nice.
Ben, do you have one?
Yeah, that's right, when I put a sweet in my mouth. So, that Mawam was looking at me. It was looking at me.
We're not sponsored by Mawam, by the way.
Yeah.
But if you would like to get in touch.
It could be.
One of them is Days Gone.
Yes.
Okay.
I remember. Yeah.
That was down to the PlayStation crapping itself. Lord knows what happened. I'd really like to carry on. In fact, I'm probably going to buy it PC just to be able to finish it.
Yeah, cool.
And the next one is Pal World, believe it or not.
Oh, because they've come out with the 1.0.
Didn't finish it. Now the 1.0's here.
You'll be able to.
I might go and see it as a proper game.
Nice.
I do really wish that I'd finished Digimon World back in the day.
Oh, on PlayStation 1.
Point.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get past
Emulator.
It's just so hard.
It's really hard.
End up with the boom Digimon.
Definitely.
This is the debate, though. Is it because of the age you were, or is it because of the skill you had?
No, it just provides you with no information.
Yeah.
That game.
Yeah.
Also, Crash 4 About Time, getting the platinum, was incredibly hard to the point I had to give up. I think that's the first platform.
Did you not do it?
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
He's empty inside.
Ashamed?
Embarrassed.
You should feel embarrassed.
As Dirtno Piska said, it just feels bad.
He feels bitter.
Yeah. Anyway, next question.
Next question. Give us one.
First, it's from Shamak Turkin on the Discord. And he first of all said, "Oh my God, 3 years already." And then the question is, just why?
Just why?
Can't stop, won't stop.
Why 3 years? Just look at it.
Because time moves.
Now, I've taken this 2 ways first today.
Yeah.
The first way was, why are you still doing it? This is awful.
It's the negative way. Yeah. Why do you still put me through this?
How do we feel in our mortal coil?
Yeah, what's the motivation?
I interpreted the question of why did we start the podcast?
And that's also a good way.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we answered something similar last time.
I think we did. It's always nice to sort of rehash.
Go back to our roots.
If that was the question, which it could very well not be, but if it was, it was kind of Jake's idea, but kind of a little bit of mine, where we were talking about games so often when we get together on like family events. We just always talk about games. We thought, why not just record it? And then, so I knew Joe. Well, me and Jake both knew Joe, and then Jake worked with Ben.
I think I mentioned it to Ben, and he just said, "I'm in."
Let's do it.
I was like,
we just started from there.
I was like, I didn't ask.
I like to think at the beginning there was some sort of
Well, no, you were in.
Well, we had a long conversation of that feeling of wanting to do something similar to this. We're all on the same sort of page, and eventually it just sort of went, yeah, stuff it.
And I think I think once Brad and Ben were on board, I basically said, I know the perfect guy to join us as well.
Perfect guy who can do all our editing.
Not just that. He's
also done some podcast editing before.
It's exactly what he said, Joe.
It's not what I said, Joe. Don't listen to him.
He has the software already. That's
Nice. Is there any other way to interpret that question?
I think maybe why 3 years and I've just really loved doing it.
Why we
still going because we enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. There's always going to be more games. Well, until 2028.
I think genuinely do it to play the games that we just aren't getting to. I need to push sometimes. And
definitely.
Yeah. And going back to like why we started in the first place, we do just still like talking about games, so we might as well still just click record.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
You know, I like staying in. I'm assuming we all do. We all like staying in the on the scene and hearing about what's going on in the industry, even if it's bad.
It's good to be informed.
It's good to be informed, and like even if it's bad, you've got all the backlogs to play. All's good.
And hopefully, we're adding to everyone else's with what we play.
Yeah,
definitely. Right, I'll ask a question now. Yes. So I've got a bit of a surprise for you guys.
Oh.
And anyone who's been on our email lately will not be surprised by this, but I have been talking to a friend of the show, Scott Tailford. And he has asked us a question.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
So this is the first you guys have heard.
I didn't know about this.
I did see the emails.
Some of them came up read before I read them. I thought someone's seen it. But Scott asks, have your views changed on your favourite games in the past 3 years of games coverage? And what are each of your favourite games right now?
Ooh,
mine's easy. Factorio and yes.
Yes. Factorio in first, second, and third place for Ben.
Yep.
To be fair,
it wasn't before we started.
Because I've never played a Factory game before now. I've never played anything like it at all. So
your tastes have really changed doing the podcast.
Yeah. I actually think there's a question about that later. But yeah. So that's yours, Ben. Factorio. Anyone else?
I've only got one response really, and that's like what my favorite game is, and it's still Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
but playing it with you guys and like discussing it and like is really showing me how it's not very entry to the series friendly in any of the games.
Yeah.
It's like you had to have been there from day one to be fluent in Monster Hunter.
So I suppose that's how one of your views has changed. It's kind of opened up.
Because I thought, this game's really good, and everyone I've played it with thinks it's really good, but they've also been in the Monster Hunter bubble from the beginning.
That's a good point.
There's not been many people who've shown it to, other than perhaps Courtney, who've gotten into it and like continued to play it because they thought, this is a lot of things to think about, like your materials and your missions and your going out and gathering stuff and your upgrades, and it's almost like an offline MMO.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's a lot to think about all at once. But when you've only had those building blocks come on one at a time through multiple generations of game, it doesn't feel like such a big deal.
Yeah,
because every previous block just becomes the baseline. I'm sure there are other games that have done that, like first-person shooters for one. Like when you didn't used to have two thumbsticks to aim, but now it's the norm. And like, but people that never played shooters before, they can't move and aim at the same time.
Yeah, when you try and give it
definitely.
to you've never played before.
Yeah.
It's well hard. Yeah. That's a good point. I think for me, like my views on my favorite games is not so much change. I think my three favorite games are probably the same as they were when we started. However, my appreciation for games has changed, and like how I will look at something from maybe a bit more of a critical lens. Like even if I'm not enjoying it, I can maybe point to why, but also why someone else might like it.
Yeah,
I can definitely agree with you there.
So like my probably my top three is proper boring. It's probably Last of Us 1 and 2.
Oh, we're all surprised.
God of War 2018 and Elden Ring. But like Last of Us 2, playing that recently, replaying it and then talking about it on here, that was nice. It definitely changed the way I thought about it. I also want to throw out a special mention to Outer Wilds, because that game
that's been showing up a lot in my reels recently. Like,
so good, you need to play it.
But it's also quite polarizing. There's a lot of people who don't have that adventurous mindset in a game who just put it down strate away.
I can see that.
Yeah, which is so funny.
It's too much freedom for a lot of people.
I usually don't like that. Like, it's one of the reasons I didn't like Breath of the Wild, but Outer Wilds.
Yeah.
Damn, man. I very similar to Brad. My top game when we started was Witcher 3, and it still is The Witcher 3. I just like that sort of game. And I probably would say I maybe go a bit more back and forth with the other two entries in the top three. But I will say that just doing the podcast and games coverage has definitely opened up my horizon for other games that maybe wouldn't have been on my horizon if I wasn't talking about them as much. Expedition 33 last year. Tunic, massive one. I wasn't even thinking about that, but yeah, Tunic, 100%. Absolutely love that one. And then like Baldur's Gate 3, I don't think I would have had the push to play it. Like, but it was so good, and it's one of those games that is probably in my top 3.
Yeah.
And it's so my cup of tea. But I think it would have flown under my radar if we weren't in the sphere, let's say.
The game
the last 3 years.
Loki tried to join me.
Oh, seriously.
Not the god, he's dog.
Not the god, the dog.
Right,
but that was a fab question. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, thank you very much. Jake, do you want to go next?
Yes, sorry, I was blank then.
Your own world.
Overwhelmed.
Not like Silent Hill F, though. That's just whelmed.
So I've got one from Dice Goblin. We often talk about the golden age of certain genres. Which genre do you think is currently at its creative peak? And which one do you feel is currently being held up by only a few standout titles?
I thought this was a really good question.
Definitely.
I have
really
prepared,
gets you thinking.
by the way. So I'm coming into these questions with answers where everyone else is thinking.
Off the top of the head.
The genre that's being held up with only a few examples, I'd say, is looter shooters for being good.
Yes.
They're very popular.
Yeah.
There's only like one that's good, and that's Arc Raiders.
No, that's not a looter shooter.
Is it not? Oh, sorry, extraction shooters.
Extraction shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, it depends on the scene you're in, because like Marathon isn't a bad game. Obviously, it's just not got a huge player base. But like Escape from Tarkov is massive on PC.
I would actually agree with you, looter shooter more. So in the fact that like Destiny 2 is probably the
Borderlands though. Borderlands
that's not doing big numbers though.
I think it's pretty big.
I thought it was already like a dead game.
But live service is the easy service one to pick.
Yeah. See, to me, I've put down. So if we're going on the ones that have been held up, I've put like modern FPS games in general.
Yeah,
so a bit more broad, because I feel like they, especially like your military type ones, it's COD and Battlefield.
Yeah.
Outside of that, there's a bunch of indie ones on PC, but I think for the most part, it's those two. And I feel like we could do with some fresh blood. We used to have even Medal of Honor, and a bunch of others.
Titanfall was a massive breath of fresh air, but we don't get it.
Not in that vein. You still get like your Counter-Strikes and stuff like that, but they play so differently.
Yeah. And it's really only doing well in like the competitive scene, like with Valorant. That sort of stuff. And CSGO.
But as for ones that are hitting their creative peak, and you might disagree, I think Souls-like games, because I think they've got a lot of variety, even though they have the same fundamentals. I think in order for these games to stand out, when you've got a lot of people doing them, and you've got a lot of people doing them, they're all trying to be different and have their own USP. I do think it's hitting, or maybe has hit saturation point.
I think it's got to peak, and
it's doing, I think it's at the peak now, and it's starting to plateau.
I don't think it's getting bad by any means. I don't think there's like bad games coming out, but
see, for me, I think it's puzzling games, or games that are getting you to think, because Blueprints did gangbusters.
Good point. Yeah, they're really at their creative peak.
Yeah. I mean, not what was it? What you just mentioned? Like Outer Wilds isn't new, but that's among those kind of games.
There is so many of those type of games. Though. Like Curse of the Golden Idol, is it? There's Root Trees Are Dead. There's loads that I can't even think of that I've heard the names being thrown about. And you need to play this if you like those type of games.
And they're all quite different from one another. They're not all like, just do a roguelike and get to the end of this to get the next clue or whatever.
Well, Blueprints, I think, is the only roguelike one. Maybe not the only one, but it's out of those. I suppose Outer Wilds is kind of roguelike-y.
It's only roguelike once.
What do you think
about you, Ben?
I was thinking down the survival horror aspect, because of the amount of little indie games that come out on PC that are scary as shite.
Well, it's not even indie games. Like loads of loads of Silent Hill and Resident Evil are in both a massive return at the moment.
Yeah. I was thinking survival horror, and I don't even like them. For being like the peak ones,
because I make you aware.
Yes.
You wait to my choice.
It's really good.
I mean, for me, it's I don't know if they're at the creative peak, but RPGs, I was going to say, because I feel like you're like peaks and troughs with RPGs a lot of the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think turn-based tactic RPGs
like your Baldur's Gate,
like your Baldur's
Fire
Gates,
Emblems,
your Fire Emblems,
XCOMs.
Yeah. Hopefully, Star Wars.
Even said it once yet.
Hopefully, Star Wars Zero Company.
Yeah, that wasn't in his top 3 either.
No,
it wasn't. It's not. It's not. Unfortunately, too many bugs.
Yeah, no, I think all them are really good.
Yeah, good shouts.
Good shouts. Yeah, definitely.
I thought for sure, Ben, you were going to do with Factory Builders because there's so many of them coming out.
Well, that's another one, but
there is a lot of those recently.
Yeah,
but they've come out over years.
Yeah,
was my thinking of it. There's not just been like a push in the last year of suddenly there's loads come, whereas survival horror stuff that seems to be just
and a lot of it's
creeping up.
Eldritch. Yeah. Eldritch like horror seems to be coming in a big way. It's not all zombies and jump scares.
I don't want to
God, the zombie phase we all went through. Oh God,
I don't want to like put down the Factory Builders, but are they not all quite similar creatively?
Yes and no, because some of them have battle elements, some of them have what's the term? It's like cubic, like you're building a
in grid format.
Yeah, grid format. Sorry, yeah. So the difference is first person, top down. There's a lot of difference to be
pixel, realistic.
Yeah. What's that one that you talked about recently, where the sun is like exploding every 5 minutes, and you got to get into
Star. Look, give us a sec. It's on my desktop.
Sounds like Outer Wilds to me.
Star Rupture.
Star Rupture, yeah.
Star Rupture. Only reason I backed off it a little bit is I'm waiting for a bit more development. Some stuff wasn't quite working.
Okay.
It was good, but that could have just been also the power of my PC, to be fair. So wait for him to optimize a little bit more and carry on.
Cool.
But again, nothing like that. Not played anything like that.
That's a good point. Yeah, so they're probably up there then. Cool. Joe, what about another question?
I have one from Martin. He goes, hope it's not late for... Well, it's actually multiple questions from Martin. He says, hopefully it's not too late for the pod. But number one, what's your favourite handheld console and your go-to game on it? Do you have or have you suffered from gaming burnout? And do you have moments where you just need to take a break from it all? Oh, and one last one. If for some strange reason you had to become a Power Ranger, which one would it be?
You realise I've got terrible, terrible memory, so we're probably going to have to work through them slowly.
I'll go through them backwards. Green Ranger, because his Megazord looks like Godzilla with a staff.
I'd go black because it's probably my favourite colour. Even though I'm wearing white now, I mostly only wear black.
Yeah.
Red Ranger because it's
pink.
my favourite colour.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben gets the power of flight.
I'm going pink just because pink is a colour I know.
Yeah, the battle skirt.
I'm an emo at heart, so black all the way.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, so Power Rangers, done. We would make a strange team. There needs to be more than 4. Do you have moments when you need to take a break from it all? If so, what pastime do you turn to escape from gaming?
I think we could lump that in with burnout as well.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing.
I do go through burnout. I go through it and I just don't want to play anything. And at that time, I will build something. That's one of the reasons I'd moved into building PCs as well. Just because, although I wasn't playing a game, I'd like to make things. I just like doing it.
I think for me, where I'm at in my life now, like being homeowner, so you've got my girlfriend, I've got our dogs and stuff. I don't get as much time to play as I used to. So I don't think I burn out as much. But if ever I feel like I am a little bit burnt out on games, it's usually a type of game. So I'll look for a different experience that kind of pulls me back in.
That. Yeah.
But when I was living with my parents and I had so much more free time, then I kind of had 2 main hobbies. I had my guitars, and I do still try and play every now and then if the dogs don't bark at me when I'm doing so.
Yeah.
So I like to play my guitars. And then I've not done this in years, but I used to build stuff like cosplay sort of items.
Oh yeah, you
like helmets and weapons and stuff. Yeah. That was before 3D printers were huge. So I'd make it out of like floor mats, like foam floor mats.
They were really good as well, I will say.
Yeah.
Like you need to, if you can find them, put them in the Discord.
Yeah, you did like a Noble 6 armor, didn't you?
Like Titanfall.
Yeah.
Titanfall. Noble 6 is Halo, isn't it?
Yeah.
They did some Titanfall stuff, some Destiny stuff. I
made some Ganondorf from Wind Waker blades for me.
Yeah, which you never used.
I did paint them though.
Did you? Good.
Yeah.
Nice. If you can find
I'd like
those,
to see
Joe.
them painted, because I don't think I've So
I also don't know where they are now. They're probably at my parents' house somewhere in the garage.
Yeah. But that was always good fun, just to take a break. It was still gaming adjacent, but it was nice to just take a break.
Yeah.
Joe?
I'm going to go with, I like to build stuff too. It's mostly more traditional stuff. I have a lathe at work, so I'll make some handles for something, like tools, or I'll make bowls, or just anything that's required at the time. I know how to make that. So that's what I use my non-gaming time for. More modern making, I do a bit of 3D printing, but it's mostly for stuff that I can paint, because I like doing miniature painting. I most recently printed a 29-hour Godzilla, which I'm going to spray up and paint, hopefully, when I've got some time off in summer. And and the other thing I do is I've started doing some really slow hobbies. Like, I've got into cross stitch.
Cool.
It's perfect.
Mindfulness.
It's perfect for doing pixel art. So I can pick like Pokemon Red or something. You can do like the battle scene where you've got your menus at the bottom and your Pokemon on the left, and like all the bars. And because it's mostly white screen, you're only doing like the black portions and the coloured in bits, but it still takes you like 7 hours to do. And you look up and it's been like 2 hours and you've missed 6 episodes or something. Like, where did that go? I have like 10 stitches down. Where did it go? So and you can't really get burnt out on it, because before you know it, you're in bed sleeping.
Yeah.
I have a slightly different tact for the burnout side of it. Sometimes if you really enjoy a game and you finish it, I have found that I've enjoyed it that much that I don't want to play something immediately after.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like post-game depression.
Yeah. And then, I will go on to a different hobby, or just take the dogs for long walks or something. But as Brad said, having my house now and my wife and the dog and everything, there's so much to do that I don't really find that I get gaming burnout as much, unless it's that, where I remember Final Fantasy Rebirth, I finished that and I had to take a break for like a couple of weeks before I played anything else. But that was a massive game. So I definitely get burnt out.
It's like breaking up with somebody when it's over, isn't it?
I have to take a break from big games. I cannot play back-to-back big games.
I end up getting burnt out if ever like Lucy goes away for a weekend or something. Yeah. And I've just got all that time to play. I'll get burnt out. So after a few hours, I'll do some housework.
Yeah, I find that I can't. Yeah, I find that I can't. If I've got stuff that I need to be doing, I can only play for an hour.
Background, away.
And my brain's going, you should turn it off.
There's a dish in the sink. There's a dish in the sink.
I don't want to like get all my chores out of the way and then just have a 5 or 6 hour stint gaming.
To break it up.
I'd like to break it up. Yeah.
But cool. Main hobby out of gaming is I play the drums. Unfortunately, can't play them at my house, so I have to rent out somewhere if I ever want to go play. I definitely need to do that more often now, because I miss it. It's good, but I do a lot of game adjacent things like D&D. So writing stuff for D&D takes up a lot of time.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I do like writing
with you.
I do like writing stories, and then playing.
Let's say I'm part of his writing stories. By the way, he bounces ideas off me.
Ben's got all the spoilers. Don't listen, guys.
Oh, I do.
And then like playing like Yugioh and stuff like that, and nice. a majority of it nerdy things. And I really like Marvel and comic books.
So the last one from Martin is, what's your favorite handheld console?
Yes.
And I don't know if this is going to include the new handheld PCs or not, because they're not really consoles.
So this is the thing. I've got 2 answers for this, because if I was to just say, oh, my alarm's going off, I need to put the bins out, guys.
Just another thing you like to do.
I've got 2, because one of them is my ROG. Just the vast array of stuff I can do with that has been fantastic. However, I did interpret the question as you say, maybe not including those sort of gaming PCs, the handheld PCs. And I'd probably say my DS.
I was going to say DS.
My original
the OG DS, yeah.
Well, I played it so much. And I remember, I don't sit at home and play my ROG that much. It's usually for when I'm out and about. But I remember sitting in my bedroom with my PlayStation, 4 or my 360 or whatever right there, it wouldn't have been a PS4 back then, but I would be, I could play these proper consoles, but I was playing my DS because I was playing Pokemon, and then I'd go downstairs and I'd sit on the sofa and I'd play Pokemon. I'd take it out on family trips, playing in the car until.
So really, your favorite handheld console is Pokemon?
Pretty much. That's all I played.
Yeah. Yes. I remember revising for a test once, and I was skipping through the book, but I was also challenging the Elite Four for the 100th time on Pokemon Diamond or something. Yeah. And all I was doing was pressing A at this point. Just going like, surf again. I just wanted to get my guys to level 100. Yeah. But I was also revising. DS.
I have an anecdote of the demise of my DS.
Oh yeah. I know this tale.
The story. It was actually the second time I met my now girlfriend Lucy on a family trip. I think we were like 14, something like that, maybe 15, and we were traveling down to Kent for Lucy's granddad's birthday because we're family friends. Like my family knew her family, and I was playing Pokemon all the way, and my dad broke quite harshly because in the car because there was like a traffic or something, and it was sudden. And
I thought you meant like, put that DS down.
No. And it fell out my hands. I dropped it, and it fell, and it snapped the screen off.
Oh no!
I was not happy.
Yeah, I think we were playing Pokemon Black and White. Was that right?
Maybe, yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I was
because I was playing right next to him as well. But I managed to keep my grip.
So Jake got to play all the way home because this is Kent. It's like 5-6 hours away.
That's a long way.
To be fair, I remember going, "Okay, you can play it. You can play it for a bit."
Probably.
I think I was like,
he could have taken his card and put it in yours.
That's what we
did.
It
still worked. It was just really floppy, like very, very floppy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nothing duct tape can't fix.
Then we got 3DS, which is probably better, I suppose, the 3DS. But in the original DS, you could put the Game Boy Advance cards in.
Also less memories. I mean,
yeah.
You see, for me, it was the 3DS that was my bigger handheld, because that's what brought me back into the world of Monster Hunter.
Oh,
yeah.
Because it was on PSP, and I'd sold my PSP before I went to uni, and then while I was there, I bought the dual blue one, the 3DS that came out with Pokemon X.
I remember you buying it.
Yeah,
I think I'd come to see you.
Yeah. And Pokemon X had been delivered to my house.
Yeah, I remember
my uni digs.
Yeah,
and Monster Hunter Generation 3, or the portable version of Generation 3, came out, which you could cross play with the Wii U. So one of our uni guys had a Wii U, and he played the core version while we all joined in on our DSs or 3DSs, and it was so cool. It was the first version of cross-platform compatibility that I'd ever witnessed. Because it's not like you could play I know they're both Nintendo consoles, but it's not like you could play a PS1 with a PS2 back in the day.
Yeah.
Or even a PSP with a PS2, unless you had some really weird hardware setup.
And then they did it a bit later as well with Smash Bros, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah. You could use your 3DS as a controller with Smash 4. Was it Smash 4?
Yeah, because they released it.
Yeah. And they had the version that had the outlines. Oh god, they were awful.
Yeah,
but you could turn them off.
You could.
It was so hard to play in DS.
Yeah, it's such a small screen.
But I tried.
But that was 5 years of uni memories condensed into one little handheld console, and I was so gutted that I don't even know what happened to the original one. I either lost it or sold it before I moved out, or gave it to someone. I don't remember.
It's probably down the side of our sofa, like your iPod was.
My iPod, yeah. I was going to bring that up, that story.
10 years later.
A decade, yeah. One of your shindigs.
Jesus. What about you, Ben? Steam Deck?
It is Steam Deck, unfortunately. Every handheld I've had, I've ended up hating at one point or another and putting in a drawer. I don't know. I just don't really do handhelds very well. And the Steam Deck, I don't hate it yet.
There you go.
I mean, I'm really enjoying mine.
It's a high bar to clear.
For the modern one, it's the Steam Deck.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Right. Ben, hit us with another question.
So...
Get those notes rustling.
LTD, yeah, no, it's on my phone, believe it or not.
What was it? Higgy LTD.
Higgy LTD. In light of recent price hikes, do you have an upper limit to what you're prepared to spend on hardware for this hobby? if your current hardware packs in, would you instantly replace it without question?
Not with a new one.
That is a very good question.
I'd get a pre-owned one.
Or
a refurbished one.
Yeah, okay. I think so.
The first
if mine broke now, I would get a pre-owned one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think I could wait till the next generation came out. I definitely do that. I think as for an upper limit, I fully expect the PS6 to cost $1,000.
A good question. I mean, you were talking about this the other day, weren't we, Brad? Like, what would you pay for next gen? What is your limit for next gen?
£800.
Yeah,
I'm hoping more like 800.
I said to Brad, I think my limit is £800.
Yeah,
for next gen.
But there will be an upper limit. Don't get me wrong. But I'd probably go up to 1,000. And it sounds ridiculous. I don't want them to do that.
No,
but I'm getting 7 years of playtime out of it.
Sony's listening.
Like my PS4, my PS5.
I hope they listen to the rant about physical games.
Yeah, I bought the PS5 on day one, and I did not regret it in the slightest.
Yeah, I was the same with the Series X.
Yeah, and I'm still playing it to this day. It still works perfectly fine. Touch wood. So assuming the same is true for the PS6, if it's £1,000, that's going to sting. But my ROG was not too far off that as well. I'm just going to save for it. I've already started putting money away into like a sort of treat yourself.
I definitely think like for us it's different because we're so in it. But like for the average person, I think that's way obviously.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think they'll put it at that price.
Yeah, that's way too much.
Pay for
it. I do wonder if the next console they might start doing it like where you have phone contracts. Would they have a PlayStation contract?
I think
where the device is over £1,000. Like iPhones are all over £1,000 now.
Yeah,
I think Xbox would do that. I think you can.
It's called Klarna.
Do that. That's true. I'm sure Xbox have a.
They did when the Series X first came out. I don't know if they still do it.
Yeah,
I think they only did it for a year.
Fair enough. I'm sure I've seen a PlayStation thing directly from Sony actually, but it's rent. I don't.
Yeah, you have to give it back.
I don't think it's buy, but I would probably not have an upper limit. Maybe 1,000, but I would pay 1,000.
I think 800 is the limit before I'd start doing finance options. It's the most I'd be willing to shell out in one go.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. I'm putting money away for that reason.
I think it's funny because when the PS5 came out, I had one in my basket when it first came out and just went, nah, I don't need this. I do not need this. Well, I talked myself out of it because
that's when they were 400 and something.
Because at the time I was like, not as much into it. I was like, the PS4 is fine. It ran Ghost of Tsushima absolutely fine. I was telling myself. But then I saw Brad's and I went, oh.
It's so big.
Should have bought
also,
it should have bought that.
It was
and
the
then
fact
Cyberpunk came out.
Cyberpunk
came out. And then I was like, well, this would have been better on PS5, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I had exactly that moment with my Series X.
Yeah.
I had it in the basket.
Yeah.
And it was the basket that failed because it crashed at the time.
Oh, no.
And I went, well, you know what? I just don't need it right now.
Yeah.
My Gen 1 Xbox One is still going.
Same with the PS4.
It smells a bit, but it is still going.
It can cook a sausage.
You still got it for RRP, didn't you? But you
still got it
6
so
months.
In the end, I ended up getting it in February instead of November. So it wasn't 6 months, but 4 months. And it took some like looking online and being like keeping an eye on stock to eventually get it. Was it the same for you, Ben?
Similar game. It was actually Shamak, who messaged me and said, "Game, I've got them." So I literally ran over the bridge from where I live and bought one.
Nice.
I was in work at the time for the Series X. I was in a queue of 300 people for game.co.uk.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was like watching the bar go down. I was like trying to avoid customers because I was still worked at B&Q full time at the time. I was like, I need to stay in the warehouse and watch this number go down. And then eventually it did, but it was for the base console and they'd run out of stock. So I was like, I need to get another queue for one that comes with 2 controllers.
That's what I did,
And that was like an extra £100, but they came separately in different boxes with a different receipt. So you could take them back to any game store and just
nice.
give one of the controllers back.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So I did get it for over the odds by a little bit, but I got it day one.
I remember I ended up getting mine. I got mine with an controller.
Yeah,
but it was only 500.
But it was because it was always easier to get those bundles, and I think I bought a second one, not to resell, but it was because weren't sure if Jake was going to get one. So I went in. I think we agreed Jake was going in for the bundle, and I was going to go in for the base. So if I fail, because I'm going in for the base, Jake should get the bundle. And I ended up getting it in my basket, the standard one. Jake had his bundle, so Jake just went for the bundle. I bought the standard one and sold it for RRP to someone I knew because I thought, it was so hard to get. I didn't lose any money, but I didn't rinse someone.
The point I was going to make is so I said to myself after that, or the last few years, I'll buy PS6 as soon as it comes out. I will not wait because I do not want to go through that again.
having watched what's happened as well.
Everything that's gone on specifically this week as well. I just don't know. I feel like it's a wait and see game now for me. My PS5 does run fine. And if they're going to take away this PS6, then do I need to upgrade? I don't know.
And how long are they going to support PS5? It's going to be as long as the PS4, which is like an extra decade on top.
That's a good question as well. The PS4, people are still making PS4 games.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they've maybe stopped this year, but how long are they going to make PS5 games? I'll probably end up caving and getting a PS6. Let's just say
I'll
that.
force you to, so that we can share games.
But are they going to take that away?
But
that's true.
That's true. But does the average person do that? Do I recommend that to the average person? At the minute, I would say
they'll save money if they do.
That's true.
It'll be the cheapest it'll ever be.
Yeah,
we will.
But I don't know if I could recommend upgrading.
It's a bit odd for me because I've moved into PC now. So yes, I find if something burns out, I'll just buy the part. However, I am a cheap ass now. I cringe at the kind of console prices. I have to say, it's made me more like that. Like, I could do that with a PC. We're playing at.
Yeah,
it will cost you more. But you bought it piecemeal, so it doesn't feel as bad.
Exactly.
You're buying it over time as well.
Yeah. So
once you've done
also,
the
I've had fun doing it too because, like I said, my class is tinkerer. So.
Artificer, I think we call it.
Shall I ask you another question?
Yes.
This one is from Shinu CXNT. I'm not going to read it how it looks because we would be demonetized more than we already are not getting paid.
They'll take the offers.
We'll have to pay. So Shinu CXNT asks, if you could have one weapon from any game, what would it be? And if you could have one weapon from any game, what would it be? I copied and pasted it twice.
Nice.
I read it out twice.
So we get 2 weapons.
2 weapons.
I have 2 shotguns, thanks.
But which shotguns?
Yeah. Double-barreled like sawn-offs.
Okay, I'll come back to
you. I've decided just for pure coolness, absolutely zero practicality, it's got to be the Chaos Blades from God of War.
Yeah, they're pretty
Blades
cool.
of Chaos. I think they're so cool. If I was being practical, probably like the gravity gun from Half-Life, but Chaos Blades.
You're gonna go cool.
Okay.
Cool over practicality.
I've got 2 actually. One would be the portal gun, just because it would make my commute so much easier.
Yeah,
you just step through a portal and you're at work or you're at home.
Yeah, but you have to have already put the portal at work, and if you ever change your mind,
you only have to do it once.
Yeah, but if you ever want to go anywhere else with a portal gun,
you just shoot. Like you can do it again. I still have a car.
True.
But the other one would be the sword. I think it's called the Red Queen that came in Devil May Cry 4. It's Nero's sword that you can rev up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's in 5 as well.
It is in 5 as well. Yeah, but in 4, in one of the cutscenes, he sticks it into an enemy and he revs it and he drives the enemy around on the floor. I thought that's just so metal. That's so cool.
That is cool.
And like it has exhaust fumes flying out of it. Where does it keep the fuel? No one knows. No one
when
cares.
You're not
no
using
one
your portal gun.
When I'm not using my portal gun, this is recreational.
Yeah. This is how you get to the location to use the second portal.
So, very transporty themed then.
Yeah. I mean, you can also do some pretty insane combos with it. So,
true.
Cuts through demons.
I'm struggling, actually. I really am.
Because he already owns the Witcher sword.
I already own the Witcher sword. It's on lightsaber. I've got one right here as well.
I can't believe you say lightsaber. That's a well good one.
Buster sword would be cool. Won't be able to lift it.
Wait, which incarnation? Like the one from the film where it splits into 5 with the blades, or just the
standard one?
Chunk of metal.
Big chunk of metal.
Okay.
Big chunky metal boy. There's got to be better weapons that I just can't think of.
I'm torn. So it's either a sawn-off shotgun.
What was that? Sorry, Joe.
What about Barrett's arm gun?
Maybe I could have my arm cut off for that. Then.
Yeah.
Ben, shotgun.
I'm torn. So it's a sawn-off shotgun because I am classic. However, in Fallout 76, you can get a portable cannon like off the side of a ship.
Wow!
I want that.
Nice.
So basically, you want to be Brick? Is it Brick? What's the one from Dark Tide? His gun.
Oh yeah, his character called Brick.
Yeah, it was called Brick. Yeah,
he wants rock.
Yes, I want to throw a rock.
To be fair,
good times.
Saying rock. What about the axe from Brutal Legend? That'd be pretty.
You mean
cool.
the guitar axe?
The guitar
cool.
axe.
Yeah,
that is cool.
I'd like that on my wall.
I'm sure you can actually buy a version of it. It's wooden, but you can get it.
Yeah, it'd probably not be very good though. As a guitar,
not very ergonomic at all. It'd be like a BC Rich.
No.
I had one of those. They were
Who's
awful.
got a famous bow in a game? I'm trying to think of a really cool bow.
The one from Horizon.
It's just a bow. Standard bow.
Is it not like a machiney looking thing?
It is, but you can get different ones as well.
Yeah.
A little bit boring. What about a Trace's bow? Is again very boring.
The lance is a good one. Chainsaw, sword.
Yeah,
chainsaw.
Yeah.
Machine
gun.
gun.
I thought shotguns
a
it would be
lance.
Nasher, but I thought you said lance. Just
a lance. Just a lance.
When you said shotgun, Ben, I thought you were going to do the one from Doom Eternal that had the grappling hook on it.
That one's sick. Yeah. I would have that.
And it's sawn off.
And it's a sawn off, yeah.
Oh, okay. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
What was what was it? What had the 3-barreled sawn off?
That was also Doom, but it wasn't sawn off. It was a 3-barrel shotgun, weren't it?
Yeah, they span around like a minigun and fired in quick succession.
Yeah.
It was one of the alternate modes you could put on it.
Although, no, to be fair, I think you're right. I think there was like a double-barrel type shotgun with a 3rd barrel, but can't remember what game that was.
I feel like I've anyway.
Probably Fallout, to be honest.
Yeah.
It seems very Fallout-y. Yeah. Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who's next?
Who's next? Jake.
Did you have another question, or did you?
No, I just copied and pasted the same question.
Yeah.
That's why we got 2 guns.
Yeah.
I, for some reason, remember having 2 questions when we were filling it out.
Oh, unless I've copied.
You have one from Starkey as well.
Well,
yeah, I'll come back to it because actually she had a few questions. I picked 2 and then I just copied and pasted the same one. So I'll come back to it.
Well, I'll go to Kasharu's question. Yeah. So, question for the pod. In your opinions, what genres have developed and kept improving with age, and what has possibly stood still or taken steps backwards? Now, we're talking genres here. So, to use an example to me, Resident Evil has been consistently good, except 6. But is survival horror better now than it's ever been, or did it peak in the early 2000s?
I think he makes a good point.
I think it peaked, personally.
Yeah.
But that could have been down to the age I was.
Yeah.
Because it had more of an effect on me.
Yeah, I get that.
So the way I interpret it, I think the genre of survival horror, the survival elements and the horror elements haven't moved on that much. They're all very much still the same. It's like low ammo economy. You have to stack your resources, and then it's like, survive, basically. Do you take out this enemy or do you hide?
They're just more jump scary now.
Well, I think what has improved is everything around that, like your shooting mechanics, the graphics, the checkpointing,
the melee alternatives,
that sort of thing. I think that has all improved, but the purely survival horror thing, I don't think has changed too much. So I think that's a really good point.
You see, when I think survival horror, I don't think Resident Evil. I always think of like The Forest.
That's a survival game, though,
with horror elements. Whereas I always see Resident Evil as a horror action game.
Yeah, but it's survival horror is the genre.
Okay,
but I know why you wouldn't. Yeah,
because it doesn't focus much.
I would
on
class
survival.
it as survival horror as well, really, but it's kind of not, is it?
Yeah. The Forest is a survival game.
Yeah,
and it's also a horror game. Whereas Resident Evil is a survival horror game.
Like action,
not complicated at all.
Which is confusing, but
goddamn language.
It's very similar to Dice Goblin's question, I suppose. I feel like there's a lot of
it's a lot of cross-platform in that question.
Yeah,
I think his main question was what genre do you not think has developed? Which I would like to say sports games.
Oh, agree. Yeah. Hit the nail on the head.
They are all the same.
Apart from that one that the Shifu guys made, because that was quite interesting, and Rocket League, which are classed as sports games.
They are technically, but
I
talk about like the general sports games.
I think the best games in these genres are the games that are evolving the formula.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
We've mentioned it before, like beat 'em ups, for example. I'd probably say
they don't really evolve.
I don't think they're bad, because I do enjoy one now and again, but they're not really evolved. They've probably stagnated a bit, but I wouldn't say they've got to a bad
The
point.
thing that has evolved is how many franchises they've stuffed into them.
Yes. I would even argue off the back of like sports, like racing games.
Now, Brad, this is what I was going to bring.
I knew this was
what has evolved most, because games like Screamer, like Forza Horizon is not one of the standout ones that's pushed the envelope, but it is at the forefront of racing. And like Forza Motorsport was one of the ones that pushed it, as well as Gran Turismo. There's a lot of games that they think, it's just another racing game, but that one that Ben played, Fumes, is very recent, and that's very different from a lot of other.
That sounds more like an action game.
But okay,
but its main mechanic is driving.
Star Wars Galactic Racers looks like it's going to be very different.
Yeah,
I don't know, but would you say it's different, or is it just a different like skin? You know what I mean?
No, because they're not all just about finish the race.
This one looks very burnout.
Loads of stuff that you get marked on, really, especially in stuff like Screamer.
Yeah,
where you have to work with your team to win the race. It's not just like you've got to get to the end. You've got to make sure other people
it's more
get taken out.
Fundamentals of driving in a game haven't changed that much, because they don't need to.
Not in realistic racing games. They haven't.
Yeah.
So like Gran Turismo and Forza, they have a grid to a degree. And Colin McRae Rally, they don't change much game to game. But Need for Speeds all feel slightly different to me. I think.
Yeah, but it's kind of it's slightly different, but
but your arcadey ones and your zero grav races, they all feel very.
That's where it's different, and I think that's the distinction. You're more sort of like, I don't want to say sim races, but you're more sort of on the realistic side of racing games.
Very true.
Have changed much.
They all feel very similar.
It's hard too, because like for people who don't get time to play a lot of games, but they really like racing games, there is nothing wrong with a game coming out and it not pushing the envelope that far.
No,
they just want to play another racing game.
Yeah,
I want to play a racing game that I build cars in. I enjoy that element of racing.
Yeah, the customization aspect. Yeah,
definitely.
I don't want to play arcade racing games where I just pick the pink one and drive it.
But there's so much choice as well these days for people who do play a lot of games. Like it's more prominent. I think the turn-based RPGs were on a very downwards trajectory, but have suddenly been bolstered over the last couple of years.
I think that started with like was it Dragon Quest 11? I think they turned that around big time when that came out, and that was like what 6 years ago? Was it on Switch 1?
I think
maybe
long time.
It was definitely on
now.
Switch 1. I just it must have been 6 years ago at least. Yeah,
been bolstered gate.
Bolstered Gate.
Well, is there something in there?
Good attempts, but there was no joke.
But we're seeing innovations all the time. Like Expedition 33 to me, like really changed the game.
And that's only like a semi-turn-based game.
Yeah.
I'd say it is, but it's turn-based.
You can do actions on every turn, but you only get to choose one.
And then action games in general just feel like, to me, they're just like almost the perfect genre. They just keep getting better. Most of the time.
What we need more of to push the envelope is like brawler games. Like, I know Devil May Cry is always a good one to go to, but Ninja Gaiden 4 coming out, that was a good one.
Those sort of like character action sort of games.
I call those ones brawlers. It's all about combos.
Yeah, there is a different name for them. Spectacle Fighters.
That's
the one.
Bayonetta 3, as much as I like ragged on it, the combos and combat are still really good in it. It's just it doesn't look great.
Yeah. Cool. Right, I'm going to quickly go back to Shiinu CXNT's question because there was another question. In fact, there was like 10 questions, but we have narrowed it down to 2. There was the one I asked about the weapons, and the other one was, if you could delete one gaming franchise from existence, what would it be and why?
Sports.
Just sports games.
Sports games. Because they have no right and no place.
Ones that are just yearly serialized ones.
Yeah.
I think that's the easy answer.
It's like they've seen the formula that works and they've just stuck to it and monetized the hell out of it.
Well, give me something.
Then I'll be specific. Football games. Football games is a whole...
Even stuff like college football, Madden, Pro Evolution Soccer, you got PGA
I could live without it.
They're all very similar.
If it couldn't be sports games...
Mine would be Roblox. It would be Roblox because of how predatory that game is and
that's down.
The negative influence that has had on so many people. There has been positive influence, but I think it's a net negative.
Yes.
Yeah. Agreed.
Or games that seem to be produced just so people will react to them as content. I feel like there's a lot of those coming out.
Yeah.
Like friend slop games.
Yeah.
The streamer slop games, I suppose. Yeah.
Games that don't have to think too hard about while engaging with the
friend
community.
slop are good though.
Is that a genre
Sometimes
now?
they end up being good. I would class that Mecha Chameleon as one of those. But
you paint a little stick man.
Yeah, but it has blown up because it's good. But there's 1,000 games like it that are all terrible.
We need more We need more controversial picks, guys. I'm gonna just throw it out there and say Five Nights at Freddy's.
I don't think that's controversial either.
Just delete
it. There's just so many of them. Like, what else can you do?
Yeah,
there's only so much jump scare you can get for your money.
Yeah, I don't know what else. I can't.
There is a book series now, though.
Oh my god! Delete it
and movies.
Delete it.
I'm going with the Serious Sam.
What? I like Serious Sam.
It's just unnecessary. It's just unnecessary.
It's a boomer shooter.
Oh, okay.
It's a boomer shooter. Yeah.
There's nothing to it.
I like Serious Sam.
There's nothing to it.
The screaming guys.
Nah.
You're almost all bad, but I do love Serious Sam.
See, they are all bad. You can admit it.
I love Serious Sam.
I love it for being bad.
I don't think I've ever completed one, but I've played a lot of them.
That's the point entirely. Mr. Completionist hasn't completed one. Is it me?
I think it's Joe.
I've got one left, and it's Matt from the Salvation Army asks, what are the top 5 underrated games? I feel like we should probably look at 4, so we have 1.
I only got 4.
Underrated.
You got 4 by yourself.
Should we just spitfire some?
Just spitfire some. Just throw some out.
I'm going to say Tunic because it's been mentioned.
That is not underrated.
Well,
it's critically rated.
It wasn't this podcast.
It was by Joe and Ben.
Yeah, by everybody else.
I will, but on a more serious note, I played Fury this year, and that is really good. Flew under a lot of radars, but that was fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going with RoboQuest.
Oh, yeah.
Good shout.
Because I was surprised to enjoy that as much as I did.
Yeah. I'm going to throw in the usual Road Trip Adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic game. Fantastic racing game.
Matrix Path of Neo, guys.
Matrix Path of Neo.
What a great game. I'm going to go Last of Us Part 2. No.
Actually, yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, thanks,
that is
Joe.
underrated.
XCOM 2. XCOM 2.
I haven't even played it.
Yeah, carry on.
No, you go first.
I was going to say, I do have another more serious one, and it's the Dying Light games. I think they do have a cult following, definitely.
Yeah.
They always hit like the 7 out of 10s on Metacritic and stuff. And for me, I'm like, there's nothing this game does badly. In fact, most of the things it does really good. I'm surprised it's not reviewed higher. But so that is my interpretation of the underrated. Oh, and Exoprimal.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Oh,
sorry, Joe. You go. You go.
No, you said.
Joe, what would you pick?
I did have another one, and that's Haste. Because
you love Haste.
I see it on a lot of like Reels backgrounds, but no one talks about what game it is.
Yeah.
Because people like mod the hell out of it. I've actually put Sonic in it now.
I've seen.
So you can play as Sonic with like a hook shot from Legend of Zelda. But like, there's like, you can have SpongeBob running around. I've seen the Pepperami guy. I've seen like, what's that baseball bat brain rot thing? I've seen him running around as well. That tongue thing.
Oh yeah,
nautically.
Yeah. But no one seems to talk about what the game is in the background. They just like accept what's happening. Yeah. But like, it's a really good game to play. And like, you guys saw me play it when we did our stream for Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, look,
I should have let you guys have a go. It was really fun. And the other one was Motor Slice, because it just brings back the best bits of like PS1 era gaming.
That's the one you're playing at the moment.
Yeah.
I think I just want to say like Exo Primal. I don't think it was a fantastic game, but it got so much hate.
Yeah,
and I don't understand
why. No.
I think it's fun.
I think because everyone just wanted Dino Crisis.
I think people took it too seriously as well.
Yeah, you get a lot of salty people on that
and
game.
It doled out content weird.
Yes, especially in the story mode.
Yeah.
I had Roller Drome written down.
What a game!
That was a great game.
Yeah,
it was.
I don't know whether Dredge was underrated or not.
Yeah, no, it's like
a cult thing.
Love Dredge,
but I wrote it down because I wasn't sure.
No, I mean, it was for you because you didn't know what it was going to be like.
I didn't know what it was. I'd never even heard of it. Nothing. And my last one, which is from a long time ago, but very, very underrated, was Far Cry Instincts. It was underrated at the time.
Which one was that?
That's the one where you play as Jack and you get the powers over time. I've ranted about it a few times.
Is that like a DLC to the first one?
It's the first one.
Or is it the first one? Okay,
Instincts is the first one.
The one where you got the Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, and you basically get your powers over time. You're trapped on an island. And it was... everyone said it was bad, and I don't know why.
So, you know what's quite interesting, because I have played that. It was made by Crytek, and it was...
And they were up to the third one, weren't they?
Maybe. They didn't make the third one. They might have done... No, I don't think they did the second one. Maybe they did. But Crysis is very similar to Far Cry 1.
That's on our backlog list.
Nice, and your players like in a robot suit. So I think when we get to that, you might quite like that.
I'll just throw a couple more out there. The Ghost Runner games. Really good.
Shout.
Yeah.
And I did have another one. I can't remember what it was. It'll come back to me. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that was a great game, actually.
It was.
I only played about a quarter of the story and I was loving it.
Yeah. I don't know why. It just worked really well.
It was an awesome game.
Just not enough people played it. It had a really cool story as well.
And I think they were my favorite versions of the characters that I've been exposed to as well. Like,
same. Very more comic-ish accurate.
Yeah.
They weren't just MCU clones.
Yeah. And Drax wasn't just Bautista.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed it. Cool. All right. Ben?
So my last question, is it? My last question is from Damon, and it's if you could remove any NPC from a game, who would it be? Also, very wet or very dry skin?
Navi from Ocarina of Time.
Oh my. The listens gets,
Hey, listen. Listen.
Yeah, listen. Now I know.
And then when you go in, you zoom in, it goes, when you target someone, and you untarget by mistake, and it goes, when you target them again.
I was going to say the adoring fan from Oblivion, but
he's also lovable.
He is funny, so I don't know if I'd want to get rid of him.
He's got an iconic hairstyle as well.
Yeah.
For me, it would be Chadley in Final Fantasy VII. He's a little freak.
Yeah, he is weird. He is weird.
I have two. Because one of them's kind of not exactly an NPC, but it is if you play it on
one of them is Ashley.
Resident Evil. Yeah.
No, actually, it's Sheva.
Yeah, okay, same
from 5.
She is an NPC if you play it from a first-person point of view, but I thought that was pushing it too much.
She traps you in a room all the time.
So there's a settlement. There's a settlement that needs your help.
Oh, the Minuteman
Preston
guy.
Preston Garvey.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. I actually put here, going back to your Shiva point, any NPC that can get like spotted or you have to like micromanage is just annoying.
Stands up right when you pull the trigger.
Yeah, and friendly fire.
Bam! Oh, there goes her head.
Where you can't match the walking speed.
Or slows you down.
Yeah.
Could you say Micah from Red Dead 2?
Oh yeah,
even though it wouldn't it would ruin the story.
He's a character, but it's an NPC.
Just delete him forever. Like I want to go through the story as is, right to the end, but when you kill him, you delete him forever. and he doesn't exist. And he just fixes the rest of the tale.
His existence.
He's not going to play through.
So excellent storytelling.
Yeah.
But I just want him gone.
He should have just stood a bit closer to the bars when you break him out of prison with the dynamite.
Yeah.
So, in fact, going back to Shinu CXNT's question, one of the questions she asks was, do you agree that Micah is and again, I'm not going to say the word.
A CXNT.
Yes, you can fill in the blanks. I think she would agree.
Yes. Yeah, I think,
yeah.
We agree.
Yes.
And in the other half of it was wet, squid, and dry.
Very dry. Ooh.
I'm going wet.
I'm saying dry because most technology wouldn't appreciate being very wet.
Have you ever tried to put a t-shirt on when you're wet?
This morning, and it was awful. And right now, I'm
impossible.
Also very sweaty. So I think dry.
Just think I'd chafe.
Yeah, same.
But you could moisturize.
Yeah,
you can moisturize to get rid of it.
That's called cheating.
It is called coping.
You could just, leave the heating on so your t-shirts dry out.
But you're constantly wet without them.
I'm going for it. I live in a mankini. That'd be it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Nice. I do not want to see that.
Have we got just one more question left?
We've got one more question. So let's move on to it. So this question comes from Starkey. The question is, maybe a little too late for the podcast recording. It is not.
Just in time.
You made it.
Just in time. But just wondering if there's any game franchises you go back to time and time again. That's a nice, warm nostalgia hit. He said, I tend to move on to new stuff once I've completed it, but games like The Last of Us or Alan Wake pull me back time and time again. So
I already know the answer to this, and it might not be what you guys think it is.
Go on.
I know you're all expecting me to say Monster Hunter.
Yes.
Because it is.
It's not. It's Pokemon. Because there are so many to pick from.
Yeah.
You know what, Joe?
They're all they're not exactly the same, but they're similar enough you can slip into any of the games and be comfortable.
You are 100% correct. You have won this question.
You have won the question.
It is Pokemon. You're right. I didn't even think about that, but it is. It is.
See, I don't feel like it for me because I feel like I think I mentioned it on a previous episode. I've gone past Pokemon now, I think, in my life. I would quite like the new one from the trailers, but I don't feel like I'm being pulled back.
To me, it's the older Pokemon games, though. If you're going to play one, it's the older ones.
Yeah.
I'm not going back to Legends Arceus. I'm not going back to Scarlet and Violet. It's the top-down ones, the grid-based ones.
But it's the franchise again. So
yeah.
For me, like, The Last of Us probably is my most replayed game because just like Starkey says in his question, once I've finished a game, I tend to not replay stuff. I've got so much to play, I don't really want to replay stuff.
Too much on the backlog.
Yeah. So my most replayed game probably is The Last of Us. But as like a franchise, it's probably quite a few where every time there's a new installment, like I'm pulled back in. And I think the thing that came to my mind like first was Gears of War. Because obviously the new one is coming out and I'm excited to play it. But I usually find when I get back into it, I kind of just pick it back up. And
Halo's a good one for me, to be honest.
For me specifically, it's Halo Reach for Halo.
Yeah.
Free
for me. Blend of all the elements of Halo.
Yeah. I love Reach, but free. I think it's free for me. Halo
I think it's just when Reach introduced the sprint item.
Reach was my favourite. What about you, Ben?
I don't even need to say it.
Factorio.
Well,
maybe
it's Resident Evil.
I was going to say you do need to say it if it's not.
It's Resident Evil.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. You do go back to them a lot.
I've always gone back to it, and that's all I've streamed for weeks and weeks.
Again, there's so many, and they're all kind of
so many, and a lot of them people don't know I've even played, or that was kind of the idea of doing it. But I do feel like Factorio has a new place alongside it that, regardless of what, I'll just keep going back to it and doing something stupid on it.
There is one more, and Brad, you're going to hate me for this.
I've got one more too.
It's Fable 1.
Oh
yeah!
Whenever I get back onto it, I always go right through to the end of the game every time. I've completed that game like 4 or 5 times now.
What, since we did the episode? Or?
No. Since it
You'd
came
already
out.
done it.
Yeah.
Why?
Just because it takes you back to the
had the nostalgia for
the golden age of adventure gaming.
Yeah, it was definitely not the golden
chicken
age.
chaser.
Yeah,
but no, fine. You had the nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
So
it's also Witcher 3 for me.
Yeah,
and I will probably fail to stop myself from playing it again when the DLC comes out.
You think you'll do the whole thing again?
I don't want to. because I've got too many other games to play. But I'll start playing it and go, you know what, it'd be nice to do a 4th playthrough.
I wonder if you get it on the Steam Deck instead.
No.
And then you can do it on the run.
I want it on the PS5.
He wants to be engrossed.
I don't think I've played it on the... I think I've played it briefly on the PS5, but not all my main playthroughs have been PS4. So,
fair enough.
Well,
that's all the questions, guys.
XCOM as well.
All the questions.
That is every single question completed. Completed it, mate.
We've got
including the bonus one.
With all the trophies on the question.
Unlike Jake's Crash 4.
About time.
It's shameful, isn't it? But I can't do it. Honestly, you guys try to do it.
Is it one of the mass challenges?
No. So I've done all the boxes, all the inverted levels boxes, basically all the collectibles. But the thing you have to do right at the end is I didn't do the time trials because at this point I was burnt out. And it's got a whole new mechanic. You can't run. You have to triple spin, and it sends you forward. So you're constantly mashing square, all the way through the game. And I just couldn't do it. I just, for some reason, I couldn't.
So if you move slightly left, it invalidates the
I don't know. I can't remember now. No, it was basically just to get speed. You had to dash at the right. You had to spin at the right time, and you basically go faster. But if you'd mistimed it and hit an enemy, you'd be dead, and then you have to start again. So there was all the time trials I had to do, and I just couldn't do it with the spin thing. But then you also had to beat all the levels without dying and getting all the boxes at the same time. And I think
I did the spin thing.
No, luckily. But at that point, I think I did the first area, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do the time trials anyway. So why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through this?
It sounds to me like Jake needs to get good.
So
try a bit harder, pal.
Get back on the
stream. Maybe you should do that as a 24-hour charity stream. You try and get that one.
Just that one bit repeated.
Absolutely insane.
I think so.
I don't think I'd come back from that.
I'd pay to watch that.
I'd donate, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'd donate to see someone lose their mind.
There was one guy, what is he? I think he's called Jadikarus. Is that what he's called on YouTube? Who does mainly Crash content, or he did back in the day. And he did the Crash 4 Platinum. And even him in his video that he did, he was like, this is insanely hard.
Who decided to put this trophy in the game?
This is ridiculous. He was like, I have not had fun. I like Crash Bandicoot. I did not have fun playing this.
Well, it's better than you.
So it is better than me. 100%.
Well, yeah.
But with that, in fact, before we go, Joe, what was the name of that board game?
Really what? Moonrakers. It's called Moonrakers.
There you go.
There we go.
Moonrakers.
So everyone, I would not have guessed that.
No.
So,
and it is one word as well.
So
it's not 2 words.
Go.
If you've been holding on for that since Joe's What We're Playing, for what, an hour and a half?
Well, the thing is, I betted that in an hour ago, so they wouldn't have been waiting
Just big teasers.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question for the audience before we finish up. And it's, we got a question saying, why? Why are we doing the podcast? Why?
Don't ask them why they're still listening, please.
I was going to say, why are you listening? Maybe not still listening, but why are you listening?
What do you enjoy?
What do you enjoy about the podcast?
Yeah, that would be nice. Nice to hear that. If anyone's made it this far, that would be the big tell. If we get no one telling us
answering in the Discord or emails.
I'm hoping they wanted to get the answers to their own questions.
Yeah,
true.
I hope the Q&A has been a nice, happy side of gaming after all the news, all the bad news that's happened over the last couple of weeks.
Remembering the good times.
Yeah. So let's look to the future more positively, I suppose.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Joe, take us out.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you again 2 weeks when we play or we talk about the backlog game.
Yes.
Which is Star Wars Outlaws.
It is.
Indeed.
So we'll see you then.
Till then,
goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Should play it really, shouldn't I?